Let's address this fraud right here. This fraud ass nigga.
No.
What's good, y'all? Let's scoot over this way. Now I got my chorus showing today. I just want to go live for a few minutes. Good afternoon. So, the title today is We Should Be Living on Someone Else's Terms. So, a lot of the hate. Thank you. Yeah, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it as well. I had to make it private because of those photos those dudes were showing, and I cannot clip it out because it said the video's too long. So I'd have to download the video, clip it, and then re-upload it. I don't want to do that, but I'm going to have to. Because it was a good live. But we have to live on somebody else's terms. We have to live on somebody else's terms. In other words, these people are shaming us because we are taking our lives, into our own terms. Right? By me moving overseas, by me choosing to cut off all connections here with the women in my home country, that is me living on my own terms. There are a lot of people upset about that. They say, oh, you're degrading American women. That's not why they're upset, trust me. They know they have nothing to offer, and they know that they're nothing. They know that they're nobody. So what do? They tell you should be living life the way how I want you to. They do anything they can to deter you. Now, yesterday we had a semi-good debate with the guy Fatty that came in with his shaming language. And his best argument was your experience. Damn it, it's pixelated again. It only does that when I use this camera. It hasn't been doing that. How about now? Is it better now? Oh, God, it's so annoying. But his best argument was everybody's not going to have that same experience. And they love to say, oh, you've only been there for 3 weeks. So we've only been there 3 weeks. And what does that prove? I would tell you what it means. According to them, it means that all of your experiences are invalidated. You talking about this box? It means that everything that I'm telling you about Brazil didn't happen to me. That's what Fatty was saying last night. He said I shouldn't be up here telling y'all that you're going to get flaked on at a lower rate in Brazil because apparently, according to him, there's no difference between Brazil and the United States, which I think is just fucking stupid. I also had somebody, you remember the chick that flaked on me that I told y'all about that approached me, and she did all the initiating, all the effort, and then she flaked. All of a sudden, her car keys were lost. Well, I had somebody that called me a narcissist because it happened to me. So Auston is a narcissist because somebody approached me and flaked on me. They said, "Oh, you're just thinking about yourself, only yourself." Let me tell you what that's stupid as hell. I agree. It's stupid as hell because let's make this into let's make an example out of this. Let's say you want to go. What's going on, bro? Let's say you like tacos from a specific taco shop, and you call them, and they say, "I'm going to open up my taco shop today." No, matter of fact, you don't even call them. Let's make it exactly like what happened to me. They call you, somehow they got your phone number, and they called you, and they say, "Hey, we want you to come buy some of our tacos. We'll open up our store for you." And then you say, "Okay, let's meet here around 6 o'clock." Then you pull up to the taco shop at 6 o'clock. Nobody's there. So you call, and they say, "Oh, all of a sudden we lost the key, so we can't come in." I say, "Oh, I can help you. I can take you to go get another key." And then they just stop replying. So apparently, if you were me and that situation upsets you, you're a narcissist. You're a narcissist because somebody flaked on you. You're a narcissist. You see how dumb that shit sounds? And this is why I tell you guys, you critics of mine, you guys need to find some better words. What you need to do is you need to find some words other than narcissist, sexist, misogynist. Those words have been used so much they don't even mean anything anymore. Like I always said before, it's like calling somebody retarded. 100 years ago, if you call somebody retarded, that literally meant that they were somewhere like they were mentally retarded, like they couldn't think. But now somebody cracks a funny joke, we say, "Oh, he's retarded." It doesn't have the same value it used to have. So the more you stupid motherfuckers that keep throwing that narcissist word out there, all you're doing is devaluing your own talking points because it doesn't matter. The words don't matter anymore. But I just want you guys to know that, yeah, if somebody flakes on you, you're a narcissist. Makes perfect sense, huh? You're a narcissist because somebody flaked on you. So according to Fatty, we men should continue to dig deeper into a dumpster and keep looking to find one rare needle in the haystack of the USA and Canada. Are you kidding me? Well, what Fatty was saying was all those experiences I had happen were because I was a tourist, and they're just doing that because I'm not from there. And I always use this example, right? Austin, Texas used to be my favorite spot. I used to have my business used to be in Austin, Texas as well. Austin, Texas was my favorite spot. My flake rate in Dallas is 80 to 90% for dates. When I was in Austin, it was probably like 50%. 50%. Okay, so that was a better flake rate. At the time, I thought Austin was the king of the world. I was like, Dallas just ain't shit. Then I went to Rio, and the flake rate is 0%. I was a tourist in both places. So isn't there a difference in culture? How stupid do you have to be to think that there's no difference in a culture? Like there's going to be no difference in people for 5 miles across from each other. You have to be a fucking idiot. Literally. Like you have to be a real fucking dumbass. Now, the reason I think that Patty said that was because I wish I knew. But I'm assuming that he maybe was hating, right? Like people in the chat were saying that he was jealous. So When people are jealous, they just throw anything out there. Yeah, Fatty said women overseas are exactly the same as the ones in the United States. And I always go to the most extreme example. Women in India, women in Yemen, Qatar, those women are exactly like the women in the States. So you mean to tell me if I move to India, my experience will be exactly the same with those women as it will be here? You sound like a fucking idiot. I'm trying to say that the nicest way I can, but I can't help but curse. Fatty is just another foreigner mad that his women find American black men more attractive. Treatment has nothing to do with your money or being a tourist. If it was about money, those things. If it was about money, then those women would want to spend. Exactly. Those women in Brazil do not ask you for money. But let's run with what he said. It only happened because you're a tourist. The women only treated you different because you're not from there, right? Like I was trying to tell him last night. The stuff that they're so-called faking, they were trained to do since little girls. What the fuck was your sister's cousins, aunts in the United States? What were they trained to do for a man? Talk shit to him all day. That's all they were trained to do. I can tell you that. Talk shit to him and tell him that you don't need him. So if he wants to come to the United States and deal with these bitches here, he can have them. Fatty has said that your experiences were irrelevant, but yet Fatty has no solutions for the flaking men deal in the States. Hell, he can't prove the women overseas are. Yeah, all he can do is say that shit. And then you had a couple stupid ass women and a couple stupid ass dudes in the comments that were agreeing, like, he's got a point. He's got a point. He doesn't have a fucking point. What fucking point does he have? There he goes. What fuck? You can keep the makeup to yourself. What point did you have? Because as we seen, all you did was dance around the questions. I can't even count one, max two times that I can't even remember the answers that you gave me that were like exact answers to my questions. But let's live life. This is last night's panel. Let's live life on, and let me point this out too, Fatty. The fact that you disagree with my message so strongly, but you watch all, like, you're on my live again. Let me ask you this. Why do you watch my content? Let me give you another example. I don't like Meek Mill. I do not like Meek Mill. Hey, I don't wish anything bad on him. I just don't like his music. You know, I don't like his music. I also do not listen to his music. I also do not follow him on Instagram, his YouTube, his Facebook page, Twitter. Nothing. So if I disagree with Meek Mill, why the fuck would I follow him? I don't follow him. So why the fuck do you follow me? If I'm only lying. Now, if you would like to come up here and discuss this, I give you 45 minutes. I'm in a way more relaxed mood, so I can play your little game today. The stream last night went private because of the receipts people were showing. They were a little inappropriate for YouTube. I just dropped that. Fatty, why don't you call in? And let's talk about this one more time. We're going to keep it short. We're going to answer questions today. And the only reason I'm letting you call in is because I like to debate. Women here in the Matrix were always trained to be brainwashed to treat men like crap, reject men, flake on men, and have laws to back up their behavior, bad decisions, and have men tolerated. Yeah. And then what's crazy about you, Fatty, is you said, where are my receipts? My YouTube is a fucking receipt. You're not going to make it seem like I'm making any of this shit up. But call in. You got the link right there, sir. In the meantime, I'll go back to the topic. So let's talk about living life on these terms that the people that are in the United States that are not your friends, they're not your friends, trust me. Anybody that's disagreeing with my message is not your friend. They are. They don't want to see you do good. I do. By me telling you to go to other countries, do you think I'm telling you to do bad? No. So anybody else that disagrees doesn't want to see you do good. Now, if I take the advice that I was recommended that goes in one ear and out the other, I don't even know why people try to personally reach out to me and pretend like they're going to switch. Like, there's people that have never been to these countries that literally are trying to switch my mind. And I'm like, we're debating experience versus just assumptions. That's all you have is assumptions. But I see Fatty's not calling in. So, according to them, you should sit here like what they told me. Auston, you're 23. You're too young to make the decision to stop your social life in America. So let me tell you what I hear. What I hear is you need to fuck off a little more of your life. I know you've been having some bad results, but just stick through it. Even though you got the means to get up and leave, stick through it a little bit more. Fuck it up. Fuck off your life a little more. Get stressed out. Get put on child. That's what Melanie King said. She said, "Oh, most dudes that do that, they've been through a divorce and child." So she wants you to go. In order for you guys to get your passport and go to another country, you need to show me that you have 3 kids, 2 baby mamas, and some divorce papers. And you need to be you need to be pretty much fucked up. And then you need to watch my channel. That's and they want you to cure it, not prevent it. I don't know about you, but I would rather prevent by me going overseas and not coming back here in a couple of weeks. I'm preventing myself from losing my goddamn mind here, because all I'm doing here is going to work, and if I do hang out, it's nothing. So Fatty said he'll be here in 5 minutes to some more propaganda. So I'm only gonna give him 4 or 5 minutes. But let me tell you something right here. They don't want other women getting the best men. Well, we're not the best men. We want slaves. We're misogynists. We want slaves. We're going to go destroy their culture. That's what they say. Yeah, these people want to see you be miserable. Yes. Thank you for that super chat. But to be honest with you, look, I'm serious. These people that are disagreeing with me are not your friends. They're not your friends. Okay? Guys, they're not your friends. My message is, if you listen to me and you identify with my same issues, try what I tried. And anybody that's telling you otherwise, they don't really fuck with you. So let's answer this rhetorical question right here. Auston, if you have the means, why leave with why the Go Fund? Let me tell you something. I was going to, you know what? If that Go Fund was at $0, I would still be leaving. Those are donations. That's not my salary. I could get up and leave today. I'm not I already have my scheduled date. I could get up and leave today. I don't need the GoFundMe is just a out of generosity. Hey, if you want to make sure that Austin can stay out, donate. That's one of the GoFundMe's. The other one is not for me, it's for us. If you want to invest in that thing that we were talking about, that's what it is. But yeah, thank you, Floyd, for understanding. Donations are for content.
Allegations.
Yeah, they're making allegations and they're coming over here trying to spread propaganda. They want you to stay and have babies so they can put you on child support. That's what they want. I'm telling you, you guys, these people are not your friends. They're not. Literally. They do not have your best interest. I don't give a fuck if it's your sister telling you that. Cut her off. And like he says here, you guys, you don't have to listen to me. You can stay in the United States and get you a roommate for a girlfriend or a wife, or you can go somewhere else and get you somebody that's actually a wife, or you can stay here and have you a roommate. Which one do you want? The West is no longer set up for traditional and healthy families or marriage. Even if you find a good woman here, do you really want to raise children in society? No, I do not. I didn't take down that live yesterday. I still have it. It's just like I said that those videos, those pictures at the end were a little too much for YouTube. I seen somebody put up a comment on one of my videos. They said Kevin Samuels was your last hope. He was trying to save y'all. Now you're stuck with Auston Holleman and he's saying fuck y'all. That's the best way I can explain it too. I'm not trying to help y'all. I am saying fuck y'all. We going somewhere else. Every time a chick called in the Kevin Samuels show, all they did do was down talk men. So since we're so bad, let's go somewhere else. Leave them here. Fuck them. Austin Holleman is right. I live in New York City. Going to Canada is like day and night in terms of women. My perspective and experience, of course, they approach you, know how to hold a convo. I've heard different things about Canada, but I've never been, so I just have assumptions and allegations. But yeah, I had to check it out. I can see if they disagree because they have your best interest at heart, but they're disagreeing with no proof or results fly high. Yeah, they're disagreeing because they don't want to see you do good. Let's bring Fat in here. We're going to give him a quick debate.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
No meetings today. I think today is a little bit better, I guess.
Okay.
I'm kind of tired because you still missed my point. You still missed like totally my point. And I was listening to you with the hope that you have listened yesterday, but you are missing my point. And I don't know if you are addressing the chat. I know you have to moderate chat, look at the comments, all that. But it doesn't make sense. Again, I'm going to repeat myself. I am not against the idea of passport bros. I'm not. I'm not going to shame you guys in staying with American woman. I live in Europe. We have the same problem. The divorce rates here are even higher than the United States. I get your point. Nobody's trying to shame you. Nobody's trying to Melanie King you into get you are very young and you are going to stay on the United States. Nobody's saying that. What I'm saying is that you are wrong about Brazilian woman. You are. And yesterday, our conversation proved exactly my point. Didn't you find it funny that when that guy, Marty McFly, came here and was showing his receipts, I knew exactly a Brazilian site where you can get the same footage for $25?
Well,
Doesn't it?
that's not my reality. I'm not paying for women when I go
No,
down.
Austin, you missed the point. Doesn't it show that I know about what I'm talking about? When your brother Rilla talks about hashtags on TikTok to see the reality about Brazil, doesn't it show that I know about what I'm talking about when I know specifically what type of words he needs to get the same type of reaction from Brazilian woman using men?
Anybody can go find a website though. That's not really proving anything.
No, Austin, he's not that. Yesterday we had a conversation, right? We had exchange of arguments, right? When I was talking about the laws, talking about the system, talking about the songs, the influence, the language. There was the conversation, and then we devolved into a stupid conversation when McFly and the other dude were saying recipes, receipts, and we got on a dig contest measuring, and we lost it, right?
Okay.
But on the first part when we're talking about, I show that unfortunately you don't know what you're talking about when it comes to Brazilian woman, because it doesn't make sense that someone like you would use anecdotal evidence and say I was on Brazil for 3 weeks. That shit doesn't happen to me, and I wouldn't be um, arrogant enough to say just because I went to the United States several times and I had awesome experiences with women there, that would be a valid representation of American woman. That's not the reality. Can we agree at least on that?
You had amazing Americans experiences with American women.
Yes.
Describe them.
Let me explain you what I usually do. When I go to a city, before I go to a city, I try to understand who is there first, right? So I do my homework before I go there. I usually or eat up some friends. If I go to Paris, for example, I eat up some friends there. I say, hey, I want to watch Paris Saint-Germain. I want to go to the Disneyland. I want to go to the Moulin Rouge. And then I get to that city, and then I go to a specific type of friends to the place where I want to go, right? If I'm going to Miami, watch the Lakers, because I'm on these panels a lot, and I know a lot of American women because we have a Lakers group where they usually are already Lakers fans and they are willing to go with you to the place, etc. Say, hey, oh,
Hold
I
on.
think, okay, you are there. Usually what happens is when I go to Miami, watch a Laker game, when I go to Toronto, when I go to New York, what happens usually is that I eat them up first. I say, I'm going to be on your city. Let's hang out. Let's do this. Let's do that. And I'm going to drop there, right? That's why my success rate is kind of high. But because I did that homework before, they treat me really fucking well. They go they show me around. They get me to the best restaurants. We have fun afterwards. We fucking then I'm go home. Probably sometimes I might miss sometimes, but that's perfectly fine. But those women and those experience, she's not giving the same experience to a local because I'm a special guest. It's like you bringing a guest to your home. They are going to treat you way better than the people that live on your house every single day. And
There,
that's
there were plenty of Brazilian women that wouldn't talk to me because I was an American. So that's not true.
you look like you. The thing is, they called you guys gringos, right?
I know that.
And your phenotype is very similar to the Brazilian guys living on Brazil. I don't know your height. I don't know. I really don't know. But what I'm telling you is that your experience for those 3 weeks, compared with what every single person on Brazil, especially locals, talk about their woman, is different. And I told you, I really told you, if there was a major difference, right? And those women were really what you say they are way better. I will give you that are in better shape, right? That I will give you for sure. But if those women were really better, why would Brazil, excuse me, why would Brazil have like the second biggest red pill community in the world? Don't you think there's like a major red flag about it?
That's a good question, but you didn't answer my initial question. Describe. I have described on several videos what my experience was with a Brazilian woman that was similar to most other men, just like when I described my experiences with American women, which is similar to most other American men.
Yes.
Describe, go into detail what it was
I,
like for you.
Austin, I told you, I go to the United States several times per year. I do exactly the same thing every single time. Go to Los Angeles, eat up a friend. Are you there? Where do you want to go? Let's go to Universal Studios. Let's go see a
Okay,
Chris Brown concert.
and by
That's
detail
the,
I mean like this.
hmm.
By detail I mean like this. How did she greet you? How physical is she? I'm not talking about sex. How is she physically around you? How does she behave physically?
These are
What does she
these
do
are
when y'all are at the dinner table?
yeah
How
these
does
are
she tell? Go into detail.
these are people that I know. I want to. I understand what you're talking about. You want to know if they serve me the food, if they put my if they tap me on the back so I could burp. I know you. You are breaking a lot. I don't know if you're there or not. There's something wrong with your internet. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. But my internet is fucked. I'm here though.
It's because I can listen rewrite, but if the public can listen, is okay. What I'm telling you is that they are not going to be they are not going to give you the first plate, or they're not going to serve you first. They are not. I get that. They are not going to. They are going to do the same thing that Western women do. They would call you and say, "Did you Did you arrive home safely? How was your flight?" All these like random and normal things that usually happen, but it treats me very nice for a Western country. That's the reality. They greet me very well. They are very generous with hugs. They put you on their own house at their danger per se. They treat me really well. There's nothing like the things that you talk about. But I know that experience
How
is
much do you earn per year?
50,000.
50?
Yes, in Portugal is if we were looking at the average salary, I earn three times the average salary in my country. So if I was American, it would probably be 150,000, something like that.
I don't believe you. I don't not that I don't believe your income. I don't believe your experience. Would Fatty want to marry an American woman? Would you marry any of those women?
I don't want to get married. I no, I don't indulge in those shit. It's
Okay.
not about the Brazilian or the American woman. It's about me not wanting to do that. What do you don't believe me? Can you exemplify, please?
I don't believe that she was generous in any sort of way towards you.
It's not she. It's various women, various people, including men. Of course, every time I go to United States, I'm not hanging around with a woman. But for the amount of times I went there, people who treat me really fucking nice. Remember the guy that was saying, "Oh, in Canada, Canadians have a lot of the same complaints that you guys have." But when I went to Canada, went to Toronto to see the Lakers, I got a really great experience, and I can't complain. But I know is the visitors' experience. It's not the home team experience. Why don't you we agree on that?
I have known foreign that moved.
Your internet is
And
very bad, man. Your internet is breaking a lot.
can you hear me now?
It's still choppy. Try to close. I usually you have a lot of like tabs on your Chrome. Try to close it as much as possible.
Okay. How about now?
Now it's better. Now it's better.
Okay, I've known foreign men that have moved here and they can see the difference between my culture and their culture and how the women treat the men.
Yes,
Uh, read this super chat.
you are breaking. You are breaking again. But go ahead.
I'm gonna have to call my internet company. Pay no attention to him. He doesn't have a clue about Brazilian women either. He's not from there. He's Portugal, different country, same language. Yep.
It doesn't. That doesn't prove the point.
So
I've been to Brazil. Portugal has a giant Brazilian community. I understand the language. I understand the culture. I understand the entertainment. I understand every like. I'm not a local, but I'm the closest that you might find. And let me ask you this. Let me read the super chat if you want. That's okay.
Mr. Cario sent this guy. Go ahead.
Do you agree that when you meet a woman on the first times you meet her, she's not sending herself, she's sending a representative. Do you believe that?
That's usually true.
You believe that, right? Can we agree
Mhm.
on that?
Yeah, we can agree
So
on that.
I believe in that too. I believe that when I meet a woman, especially if I'm an international traveler, she wants to put the best face that she has, right? Either be a mask or herself. She's going to give the best face that she has. So if we agree on that, and I'm humble enough to understand this treatment that I'm getting from this woman is a special treatment because she wants to look good, wants to make me feel welcome, and she's giving me her best face. Why don't you believe that Brazilian woman will do exactly the same with you?
The thing is, American women do not even think to do the things to put up that representative.
Of
It
course they
doesn't.
do.
It doesn't compare. In American, the way how she. So what you're saying is they're faking it in the beginning because that's how people are. Okay.
Yes.
So the Brazilian woman is sweeping, washing clothes, ironing, being nice, talking nice. An American woman, her way of doing it is not asking you for a cash app. She's still gonna be a bitch.
Yes. Do you know what
So it
boleto
still
is?
doesn't compare.
Do you know we don't have cash apps outside of the United States? Do you know what a boleto is? Boleto.
That's why American women don't date outside of the United States at the same rate as us because they don't have cash app.
No, because they can't. We can leverage our money. They don't. They can't. They can leverage their money. They can go outside of the United States, but they're even if they are physically in shape, they can compete with Brazilian woman or Colombian woman, or they can't because they have to compete for their looks and not for what they have to offer. It's not a good competition when it comes to women or men. Men have the leverage because men are valued on more than their looks. They're valued on what they can earn, how tall are they. They can be valued in other things. Women usually the primary focus on them is the beauty. So it doesn't make sense for them to travel around to get men in other countries. But Brazilians have one thing is called boleto. It's the same thing as cash app. And woman abuse, if you look boleto and you look boleto on
I
YouTube.
thought it was pigs.
No. It's Pix or boleto. Boleto is to pay bills, and Pix is a direct way to send money. We have MBWay, for example, in Portugal, but they use that shit a lot. It's the same thing. If you go to that site that I told you yesterday, you can pay with boleto. It's the same exactly thing. So my question to you, and Rila said that about the laws. I told you yesterday that the laws were as almost the same or more punitive. I showed you that their culture, because of the music that they listen, is called funk, and the all the top sellers, they are a very heavy sexualized culture, and they're uh,
That's part of the reason why I like it.
yes, but they become loose, right? They become loose
I
with that
mean,
shit.
we know that going in, right? But in America, sex is taboo. It's weaponized against men.
Yes, but
What
they
man wants to be in a society like that?
can you rephrase that question because I didn't get it? Do you think that women in the United States are being demonized or by the sexuality, showing the
No, I
sexuality?
said I said that they are weaponizing sex against men. You said Brazil has a more sexual culture, meaning that they're not going to be leveraging it and teasing you and tantalizing you with sex.
Oh no, it happens a lot. More, I think, even more than the United States. Women know that in Brazil they know that their beauty is their first commodity.
Women in Brazil cannot leverage sex. There's too many other women in the area willing to give it up for them to play like that.
No, you are completely wrong.
And there's prostitution in Brazil. They can't weaponize sex against you.
Of course they can. In Portugal, we have Uber Eats with prostitution. We still get tricked by woman or get played by woman because men use power to have sex, women use sex to have power. This is the game. Every around the world, vagina is the number one currency. It's accepted in every single country. So they use their vagina to leverage against men. They
You
do it.
think
Of course they do it.
you think sex has that much leverage over you?
I am a man. I was raised to be a gentleman. I was a simp per se when on my youth, right? So if you're not woke, and if you don't understand woman nature, like 90% of men in the world probably don't understand woman nature and think that women are very nice, you are going to be used for sex. What, like, you are going to be used for your money in exchange for sex. They want your attention. The same way American women want your attention. So what's the point?
Well, I can tell you again. I have never had sex leveraged over me outside of the United States.
Are you red pilled?
Yes, obviously.
How many men in the world do you think are red pilled?
How the
Like
hell am I supposed
percentage
to come up with
wise?
that number?
No, like percentage wise.
Percentage wise, I
Yes.
mean, I don't know. But there is no, yeah, I would never pedestalize sex that much to the point where I say it's the currency of the world.
It's not about pedestalize. It's about reality, right? For example, you might not pedestalize
If it's that important, why am I going celibate while I'm here?
because you have time, and you have hope.
The more
Like,
time a man has, the more he's gonna think about sex. That's why the dudes that have no purpose, they're spending their entire time jacking off.
yeah, but jacking off is medication. You are medicating yourself, right? So you can go another day, another day, another day. If you had experience like you say you had, you would understand that it's like a man that with experience is like an alcoholic. When he's indulging in woman, he wants more and more and more and more. When he stops, usually as times goes on, he becomes more comfortable and he becomes more in peace with himself. And then when he takes a little bit of a drink again, then he starts to indulge again. You know that. Of course, you know that. They are not going to leverage sex against you right now. But probably, if you are on that type of time and you are on that type of space, you are going to do some stupid stuff for sex. You were talking about that the woman that flake on you on that video, right?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as she did the first excuse, oh, I lost this and lost that, you know what type of time it was. But because you wanted something from her, you pursue a little bit more. But you could know.
The only reason I continued into that one was because I had my homeboy with me and he was telling me, nah, it seems like she's high interest. I said, let me show you that this is some bullshit.
Yes.
Two, I was only led by him to do that because I had been drinking. But I had knew from the jump when she said she lost her keys that it was some bullshit.
Yeah,
At this point, I just continued because it would be good content.
That's perfectly fine. But that's one example of man doing something over a little bit over the top or more than he should because they want to get vagina, right? That's their power per se. They get for you for attention. You think they have a lot of attention in you. I've been flagged before. I know it is. People ask me for. Go ahead.
Now continue with what you were saying.
We were talking about woman flaking, right?
Yes.
And the only thing that makes woman flake on you is just because they have a lot of options. And Brazilian women have a lot of options too. You know that. So they are going to give you special treatment exactly because they understand that you are a rare commodity. And that's why I agree that you should travel there. I just want to make sure that you understand that you are informed about the country. Because you are, if you think the feminism is not rampant, if you think they are not putting a facade, most of women, to try to get you, when in reality, They are the same exact woman, like the selfish, like modern woman that likes to sexualize herself and do all that shit. If you think they are not that woman, you are going to you are. I'm
Well,
not.
I've seen the photos, so I already know that they sexualize themselves. Yes,
Hmm.
but the problem here is that they do sexualize themselves and then they use it against you.
And you think that Brazilian women don't do that?
Never happened to me.
But you can do. You can. You were on the debate the other day with women, right? And it's very infuriating when you're talking with women and you are making a general point and they say, oh, but me and my friends are different. It never happened to me. I never did that. Do you think that's a valid point?
Say it again. I'm sorry, I was reading.
On the other day, we were on a debate with women, right? And women like to do this a lot. You make a general point.
Yep.
Women love attention, right?
Yeah.
And a woman on the other side is debating with you and says, oh, I am not like that. My friends are not like that. I don't do that. Do you think there's a fair answer since we are talking about the general point?
No, it's not a fair answer.
If that's not a fair answer, why do you answer with it never happened to me? No, it probably happens to thousands and thousands and thousands of guys.
For the Americans that have went, their stories are nearly identical to mine. So it's safe to generalize that it's not just me.
I think it's kind of difficult to come across or to try to understand what's it's okay. It's okay.
So what you're telling? So let me understand. Your message is if you were to make your own YouTube channel and it was about critiquing mine, what you would say is, hey, don't believe that because you're not going to have the same experiences that he did.
No. My critique was he's not old enough, unfortunately, and he doesn't have experience enough to understand the culture. He's very green to the language. He's very green to the music. He's very green to what's happening there.
Green?
And, yeah, green.
What do you mean?
Green as in green means a new to that.
Oh yeah, we don't use that term in the United States. Let me read these real quick. I see Fatty's back on the set being contrarian as usual.
I'm not being contrarian.
Please repost yesterday's live when you get time. That was the funniest stream I've ever seen. Yeah, I'm gonna put it back up. Let it go, Fatty. Just let it go. Black men know they have options now, and you have no idea how B-dubs operate here.
Salute to the angry man, by the way.
Good luck.
No, salute to the angry man.
I traveled for many years and never heard of Boleto. We all know women generally want same things, but the ROI is much better. That's exactly what I'm saying. Why would we not use our leverage? Game same, but the prize is different. And I wouldn't even say the game is exactly the same. Because if you've seen my videos, I asked one of the chicks, how much does a man need to make to date you? And she didn't understand that question. An American woman would have understood that question easily.
Yeah, but they do too. Like the thing there is 10,000 reais and up. 10,000 reais and up, and you are good to go. And that's exactly the same thing.
That's a requirement that they have.
Yeah, that's the $100,000 mark like you guys have in the United States. I want a guy with 6 figures. They probably want a guy with 2 figures in terms of reais.
Really?
And you're good to go. And I never said
so why didn't she say that?
I didn't get it.
Why didn't she say that?
Because
por que ela não fala isso?
You want me to answer in Portuguese or in English?
Português.
Ela fala isso porque ela sabe o salário que vocês ganham.
Hold on, you stuttered right there. Ela fala isso e?
Ela fala isso porque ela sabe o salário que vocês ganham nos Estados Unidos da América.
Não.
Ela sabe que os gringos ganham 50, a média salário nos Estados Unidos
50.
é $50 mil.
50 mil dólares.
Sim. São
Preciso em
salário
Brasil.
$50 mil
Preciso
no
em
Brasil.
Brasil por mulheres. Mulheres.
I didn't get what you said.
Preciso em Brasil para mulheres.
Let's talk English.
Preciso. I need in
Yes.
Brazil for mulheres, women. Are you really from Portugal?
Of course I am.
You don't know what mulheres is?
No, it's because your construction of phrases is very bad. For is not por all the time.
Well,
My English is better than your Portuguese. Let's say that.
your
So
pronunciations aren't that good.
What did you say?
Your pronunciations are not that well.
No, it's because I speak Portuguese from Portugal. You are studying Portuguese from Brazil.
I speak United States English. There you go.
Yes, that's the point. If I would talk with a British accent, you probably would have difficulty in get it. Our Portuguese is the original Portuguese. Let's say that. But once again, they have standards. They have standards too. They want high earner guys too. It probably is way lower on the United States, and that's why I'm telling you that you should go there at least to surveil, try to see the place and see how that shit goes. But you are not entrenched on Brazilian culture to talk enough about Brazilian woman there. You're not. You don't know.
I'm about to go and stay there for over more than a month for sure.
Yes.
And I'm gonna when that time comes, I'm gonna get back and we're gonna re-verify. And I'm pretty sure my story will be the same. I mean, people like DJP, he's been going there since 2013, and his story has not changed.
Yes. What does that change?
He stays 2-3 months at a time.
What does that change? Does it change? Like,
well,
if you
you're saying that because we're just foreigners there, so that's why your experience is like that. But yet these men that have been going there for years, staying months at a time, and they're.
I agree. In November, I'm going to Las Vegas, right? I'm going to stay there 2 or 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to stay there 2 or 3 weeks. I'm going to have probably the normal experience that I get, right? And then I will come back here. And I'm going to say American women are great because they treat me really well. Do you think that's an honest depiction of American woman for the 3 weeks I'm going to Las Vegas?
Well, I don't think you've been honest about your experience this whole time.
How am I not being honest?
It just doesn't. I live here. It just doesn't sound it doesn't sound realistic.
You think what? That I never been on this place, that I'm hanging out with guys, then I'm hanging out with, like, what's the point in that? Can you explain that?
Please ask Fatty how many times he has been there, and show us a picture of you at a landmark there.
I can get my tablet and I can show this. The pictures that I have from. Oh, somebody's there. Go ahead.
No.
I traveled in Brazil before the Instagram era. That's why the pictures in Brazil are not on my Instagram. But if I get my hard drive, I have dozens of pictures in São Paulo, in Rio, and in Bahia. And I'm trying to go there, to go to Alphaville, the compound that you guys want to build. Alphaville has new condominiums. I don't know the name in English, but it's basically like surrounded areas where they build around it. And you can just take your friends and take all the American guys and buy houses there for like $1 million reais, and you can get the experience there without the compound.
Where is that at?
Alphaville?
Yeah.
Let me check the state because I don't know what the state is.
Have he dated a woman in the West more than a month?
Why people are questioning my... It's because of my looks?
The same way how you questioning me.
No, but
his argument is interesting, y'all. It is interesting. He's challenging because it sounds right, but it's still wrong.
But how is it wrong? Tell me this. How do you get to that conclusion?
Because again, nobody can. The way how they treat you, you cannot just fake that.
Of course you can. Alphaville on surroundings of São Paulo.
It's
on the
around Sao Paulo.
yeah, it's near São Paulo. I don't know if he is in global in the city, but he's on. I think he's on the skirmish of São Paulo.
Uh, what Fatty fails to realize is the overall treatment passport bros receive from their women in other countries is better than the treatment we receive from the modern Western woman. It's that bad, and that's all we're saying. Appreciate that.
I I agree. I agree with that. I'm not failing to understand that.
No matter their treatment is better than here, and that's what I keep saying. I really don't ask why.
So why do you think Brazilian women? Do you think Brazilian women treat you that way because they are really like that, or because they are giving you the treatment because you have more money than the locals? What do you think?
Well, let me answer both of those. Anytime you have more money than another man, you're more prone to receive a better treatment. Yes,
Exactly.
but that is how they really are. The
That-
people,
that's what.
they,
But
they,
you see,
they
let me stop you there. But that's
hold
where
on.
we
No,
disagree.
but hold on. That is how they are. But they cook. The women in Brazil cook, right?
It's becoming a lost art. But I could say
No,
that
no, 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 no.
on
Answer
average,
the question.
on
The
average
women-
they cook. On average they cook more than the Brazilian woman because they have to. Yeah.
Okay. Do you think the average American woman even knows how to fry a damn egg?
And they have a basic.
No,
basic.
they don't.
Do you think do you think the average woman that goes to college and don't know how to fry an egg?
They don't.
That's basic.
They
An
they
egg,
don't.
rice, eggs.
They don't even know how to boil rice. They've made music about this 15 years ago.
Hmm.
There was a song joking about how women could not boil rice in the United States.
So you think they all like have money to get Uber Eats every single day?
Yes, that's why they do foodie calls too. They use dudes like you that put them on pedestals to do it.
Why did you take the shot?
I mean, it was a necessary shot.
But I'm 10 years older than you. Probably have more experience with women than you. Why do you take that shot at like just a fair warning? I don't go on foodie calls. I treat women good because I want to treat myself good. I want to experience nice dinners. If I have to take my friend, my male friend, I will pay for the shit because I can and because I like to treat people better.
So let me ask you this: Do you think an American woman could convince you to marry her?
Again, I have very, 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 very negative.
Okay. Look, dude, since you want to say that, do you think an American woman could convince you to commit long term?
Oh, of course, dating that's okay. Like boyfriend and girlfriend, okay, yeah. I have all the leverage.
So if I were to put you in a Brazilian woman and an American woman, same race, just different nationalities. Let's say they're both black. You think the American woman would be more likely to persuade you to commit to her?
I think the Brazilian woman would because she's more fun to be around, not because she's a better woman per se. No, listen to what I said. Because she's more fun to be around. We know that most fun women probably are the most toxic, right? Brazilian women are very fun to be around.
Or are they just fun because you're a tourist? Because that's what you told me.
No, you didn't get you didn't get my point, right? I'm telling you that I would have a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship with a Brazilian woman first because they are more fun to be around.
Okay, let me stop you right there. Now, I just got to read something. This is, and I don't know if she's joking or not, but this is true. Fatty's a shoe-in for player hater of the year. Okay. So they looking for guys that make 4 figures. Okay. Yeah, exactly.
4 figures Brazilian reais is not even American.
But here's the thing. This is what American women think. This is what she commented just now. Make enough money and hire a chef. That's what they want. They don't want to cook for you. They want you to hire a chef. If you want food, go to your mom's house. That's an American woman. That's how they think.
And you think Brazilian woman on Brazilian panel would not give you the same answer?
No.
You are wrong. That's why you are wrong, because they work. Most of those women, like I told you before, yesterday, even between 70 or 80% of those women are not traditional stay at home. They have to work, right? Don't you think they don't come home and say, I had to work the same way you had to work too, so the chores at home are going to be split? Don't you think they have that mentality too?
I don't think that you understand American culture.
How I don't understand American culture?
I mean, you're not going to convince me. Otherwise, I've been here my whole life.
So that's the point. Why do you,
You're
Jesus
not. You're not
Christ?
from. You're not from Brazil either, though.
But that's not even Austin. Listen to me, please. Listen to me. Women are very okay with being cooking for you, cleaning for you, and doing all that shit, right? When you are supporting them 100% financially. Is that fair? When you go to work and you pay all the bills, are women
No,
on the United
no,
States?
sir. There are
So
plenty
you
of.
are telling me? So you are
There.
telling me they are awesome? You are
Go
being
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
you are being disingenuous now. So you are telling me that American woman get a guy that has the finances sufficient to take care of all the fucking bills while they stay at home, and they are going to not cook, not clean,
Go ahead.
not clean, and do all that shit? You think they just going to stay on their couch and they are going to fight for that position?
Okay.
They are going to fight for that position. They are going. If you are paying all the bills, American women become submissive, not because they are, but because they want. They have something that you have.
Thank you. You too. So I don't know if you know this or not. There are a large number of men that have reported that have married women that pay all the bills,
Yes.
and they still have lazy ass women. I had a girlfriend that I was 20 years old and I was already a sole provider. I paid 100% of the bills, couldn't get the motherfucker to wash dishes. So no,
How,
just because you provide does not mean you're getting
how
permission or
old?
any of that.
How old is she?
It doesn't matter how fucking
No,
old she
it
is because
matters because
if I got we were I was 20, she was 19. If I got a
doesn't
19-year-old from Brazil, they've
she's a
been
kid.
doing that. No, no,
No,
no,
but
no, no. That's okay. Yeah,
she's
they're
not a
kids.
woman. She's a
They're
kid.
kids. They're kids. But the
Hmm.
thing is, if I got a 19-year-old from Brazil and I was 20 years old, the experience would have been completely different. Those women have been doing those chores since they were kids.
Yeah, but don't you think but that's exactly my point. The American woman is not ready for that until she leaves home. I'll give you that. The Brazilian
Look at
woman.
this. Look at this idiot right here. Just because you have been to Brazil one time doesn't mean shit. I need you to watch more of my videos. Go ahead.
I will give you that. If you live in a poor country or in a country that is the men don't have a lot of earning power, the woman usually are going to be more home. They have more home skills, right?
I've done a video over that. Yes.
Yes, that's okay. But if you are comparing, when you are talking about adult woman, a woman with 25-year-old, right? Out of college, out of their parents' house, living all by herself, she is going to develop like every adult. If you live alone, you are probably have to learn how to clean, learn how to cook, learn how is basic. That's basic adult needs. And if you are going to Brazil, and if you are going to pay all your fucking bills, right? If you are going to pay all that bills, they are going to comply. Just there's the same way most American women, if you're going to pay all that fucking bills, they're probably going to comply.
Yeah. Okay. I need you to again study American culture. Pay attention to
I'm
our news.
studying.
There are dudes that are in the top 1% that have non-compliant women. That's just not true. What you're
A
saying.
2.1% as drivers, cleaning ladies, and all this shit. We're talking about the 20%. If you get more
It's
than 100,
everybody
no, it's
from the top 1% to the fucking bottom 1%. I don't care what end of the spectrum you're on. The men are not getting cooperation.
the average man.
All men. I told you yesterday, even the celebrities, they're getting used for child support. You call that
Yes,
cooperate?
yes, same in Brazil.
So being put on child support,
Hmm.
her having a strict motive to put you on child support is cooperative. You would consider that cooperative.
Yes, because what happens to you never know your woman until she meets you in family court. There's something that someone said, and it's very true.
If you have to go to family court, maybe that wasn't the one for you.
So explain to me how Brazil has one of the lowest rates in marriage and one of the highest single mother rates. And those kids are on child.
Well, that was debunked yesterday. That
No, no,
they don't
no,
have one of the lowest. No.
no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. No, he
It was
wasn't.
debunked. That marital rate statistic you just gave me, that was debunked yesterday.
No, I didn't give a marital rate. I gave you a baby mother ratio. 60 million
What
women.
is the marital rate in Brazil?
I'm
I
not
don't
aware.
get into this shit, but what is
I'm not aware. I don't have the numbers, and you don't have the numbers right now. I know he's one of the lowest in the world, and I can check it, but I don't have the numbers now. But what I'm telling you is that if there's so much culture of family, if they didn't abuse this child support system, right? If they don't use that shit, why 20 million women of the 60 million mothers of why 20 million mothers of 60 million mothers are single mothers? Why is that? Why a third of those women probably have that guy on child support and they are living off that guy?
Somebody left a comment. They said that abortion is illegal in Brazil. That is a good statement to why there may be a lot of single mothers. Don't you think that if abortion was legal, that number would be a lot lower?
I don't think he's illegal. I think he's discriminalized.
It is illegal. I looked that up a long time ago. It's only legal if you are a victim of SA or if you have like a health issue. Like if the baby, if it's gonna kill you to have the baby, then they'll give you an abortion.
Are you sure it's illegal or is discriminalized? Meaning, if they catch you doing that, it's against the law, but you're not going to jail.
You can't walk in. Look, I don't give a fuck what the specification is. I know that you can't walk in and just get it like you can in the States.
Yeah, but that's. Let me see.
You can. I've already looked that up.
I can check that.
Fatty has the patience of a saint, is what they say. This dude is heavy and unattractive to be having any type of success with baddies in the United States, period. You can pay all a woman's bills in America and she'll think you're trying to control her. Absolutely.
You are right on this point. It's illegal.
Yeah, it's illegal. I looked that up because I looked that up because of course, if I'm going over there and I want to have sex, I'm definitely looking at, oh, well, if it goes all the way wrong, is abortion legal? Let me read this. MRG says, Men's Daily Advice says, when is the last time you heard of a woman often winning over $100 million in a divorce, or a man has to pay over 10 grand a month in child support or alimony to a woman in Brazil, Colombia, or Thailand? Never, because women and laws of the United States and Canada have weaponized money, sexual pleasure, and resources against men. You won't see this mess often overseas, Fatty. Get your passport and money ASAP, gentlemen, leave.
It happens the same thing. I talk about Flip, the biggest YouTuber on Brazil. Flip Neto is going through that shit, and he had a girlfriend, and he didn't have kids, and he's on court for her to get half of the shit that he earned during her stint. That's reality. It happens all the fucking time. But for some reason, you guys don't know that. I don't know. I'm just trying to inform you. And
I haven't heard of
it. Can you highlight the super chat that you guys, the last one?
No, that one that was a PayPal, but
no, the DJ Be Fit.
What did he say?
Can you highlight? It's the last one, I think.
Okay, yeah. Let me read this first, real quick. If you have money, they'd be more cooperative. Tell that to Deshaun Watson. Also, why is Fatty here if he's not from America? DJ B. Fit says, as a 35-year-old man, I can absolutely say that wisdom does not come with age. Austin, you're doing more than most 30-year-olds. If Fatty was slim, I'll take him serious.
Can you stay there for a second? Can you put my screen up, please? I was fit most of my life.
That's you?
That's me. I was fit most of my life. So the thing that I think it irks people, that probably they think that I wasn't fit all of my life, but I really was, right? So I'm considered a Tyrone in Brazil, or I was like 2 or 3 years ago. And for some reason, people don't understand that I was there, right? So what is happening here probably is that people think that just because I'm fat right now, or because I'm not, I don't know, physically in shape that they think that I am not having success with women when I go around, right? So the physical shit is not a thing. Is not a thing. I know how the world works when I'm in shape. I know how the world works when I'm fat. It's okay.
Somebody said you got depressed.
No, I just like Uber Eats a lot.
Oh. Well, I think that so we're gonna have to say that still. I'm telling the average American man, if you go to Brazil, your
Mhm.
experience will not be even. It'll be a day and night experience compared to United States.
Hmm. Did you get my point at least?
Well, you're saying just because we're tourists that they're just putting up a front.
Yes. Do I am I shaming passport bros?
We're trying to deter them.
I'm trying to deter them also if I'm engaging in that behavior too.
You're engaging, but you're also deterring at the same time. Like you
No,
might be participating, but you're telling them, don't believe any of this, basically.
yeah, no, I said be careful.
You got to be careful here in the States, too. Anthony Berryhill Fatty, just because Austin doesn't agree with you doesn't mean he is missing your point. Stop gaslighting. Yeah, I definitely, I mean, I've said most of these points you brought up, I've brought up.
What, Austin? Let me ask you a question before I go. If you are walking on a room full of snakes, you should be careful, right? That's what happened in the United States. You have your guard up because you understand that you walking in a room full of snakes. That's perfectly okay. The most dangerous place that you can be is on a room that you think has nothing dangerous there, and the snakes are all hidden around. What I'm saying is go there and be careful. Put your guard up like you have on the United States. Have a
Not
fair
like you have in the
assessment.
United States.
What'd you say?
Not the same way you would have it in the States. You
But that's
you
the
need to put a common sense guard up. You can put a common sense guard up, but you don't bring an American guard to Brazil. You'll run those women off.
so you think that those women when they see you, they don't see, that's a quick leak.
No.
You don't think that?
Fuck.
You
No, I
don't
just
think that?
told you there's plenty of chicks down there that won't fuck with you because you are American.
It's not about the American. It's because about the
So
American dollars.
why do I look like a quick lick then?
You should be careful about that.
But why?
Right?
No. If it's not because I'm American, why do I look like a quick lick to them?
Because you have American dollars. It's not about the fact that you are American. It's because the fact that you carry American dollars.
So because you're American. Basically you're agreeing with what I'm saying.
I don't know. Are you trying to whitewash the word and try to make you seem a little bit better? I'm not a hoe. I'm just sexually liberated. Is the same thing? I think not. You're a hoe.
Yeah, you're not making sense. No.
I'm just going to say my goodbyes.
I bet there was a passport system, they wouldn't get any pushback.
I'm not saying anything about passport sisters, and if they did, I would say the same thing. Be careful. Anyone can get American dollars. Not everyone can get money like Americans can.
I mean, if you go on Fiverr and you freelance, you can charge American prices.
Yeah, but you can go to an Indonesian kid and get a music video for $5 too.
Get a what for $5?
The same way you can go to an American and charge American dollars, you can go to a kid on Thailand or in Brazil or in Indonesia and get a fraction of that price for the same work. And they are as much talented.
Yeah.
That's what you guys are doing.
But
That's
again,
why I support it.
You're
It's
saying
your version
that
of
we look
Fiverr.
you're saying that we look like a quick lick to to these Brazilian women.
We all do. Portuguese men in Brazil too. European men too. If you come from a first world country, America, United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, all Europe, you are going to be looked as a quick leap because their economy is very poor. If you don't
you
believe,
do have leverage, yes, but not every chick's gonna fuck with you just because you're an American.
no, they are going to fuck with you because you have more resources than locals.
That's anywhere in the fucking world.
That's my point. That's my point. Don't look at them like saints or better
No,
than
we're
though
not
they're.
looking at them like saints. We're looking at them like, hey, if I build here's a difference. If I build my resources up here in the States, I'm not getting a better deal. But if I build my resources up and take them elsewhere, I'm gonna get what I worked for.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Thanks
But
for
but
agreeing.
but like I said, we disagree on the part where Brazilian women are better than American women. I disagree with it.
They are. I
That's my
never agree
point.
with you otherwise.
I disagree with that. And just before we finish,
Fatty got his
uh,
ex-girlfriend. Wait, I've been there too.
yeah, I broke my foot and I got complacent. That's okay.
Fatty's point seems trivial. If you've got a lot of money here in the USA, then you'd be viewed as a lick, aka Brittany Renner. Same overseas. So what's profound about his point?
It's because you guys don't sell the. Oh, go there. They are going to be very welcome of you, and they are going to click and cook, and they are not having any malicious intent. That's where
They
we
will do
disagree.
that. They will do that. And I wouldn't. If you were coming to America, I wouldn't tell you to expect that.
Yeah, they are vicious the same way as American women are vicious.
No. I wouldn't tell you, oh, the American women will welcome you. They're going to wash your clothes. I wouldn't tell you that. I'd be letting you down. Now, maybe if you went to Mississippi, over there in the backwoods, maybe I
Yeah,
could
if I went to
coming to a big city like Dallas, Houston, Miami, I'm not going to tell you, oh, you should expect for this chick to wash your clothes.
Don't let me ask you a question. Do you think when I go to Miami, Las Vegas, whatever, do you think they don't look at me as a quick lick?
No, you ain't got shit.
Oh, I don't got shit.
You just said you make like 150,000 in the United States. That's not impressive to women.
I can bring you to Portugal and you have a relaxed life. You never have to work again in your life.
Really?
Of course, if I'm traveling 3 times a week, I'm watching Laker games, I'm going to concerts, I'm having a life that even you Americans usually can get for yourselves. The average American can have the fun that I have in the United States, right? And I'm from a poor economy. Do you think I can bring her here? Do you think I can go to Brazil, get a woman, bring her to Portugal, and making her stay-at-home mom and have like a relaxed life all her life, going to the United States 2 or 3 times a week?
Yeah, I can do the same thing.
That's my fucking point. They look at me as a leak too because I'm not better than other people. If PJ Washington, a 7'1" NBA player with $1 million, is looking like a walking leak, what makes you think you are special?
What makes me think I'm special?
Yeah, if an NBA player on
I
the
didn't
top,
say I was special.
So you agree that if you go to Brazil, they are probably going to look at you as a walking leak. Do you agree or not?
I'm just not buying that because I haven't had to pay for anything.
It's not pay for everything. It's a come up.
They don't want to come back here. How is it if they don't want to come back here? And yeah, no, they don't want to come back here. They don't want to come back here.
Green cards are so fucking valuable in Brazil.
They don't want to come back here.
Auston.
They want
green
you. That's
cards
why you haven't been there. They want you to move there.
Auston. Green cards and Portuguese citizenship for Brazilians is like not winning the lottery,
They
but
told me
getting
they
like
want to go to Portugal, not the United States.
What did you say?
They told me they want to go to Portugal, not the United States.
So you think a woman that lives in Rio, like on the average level of living, she's not going to want to come to the United States to live a life with you that you're probably high earner in the United States. Do you think they are not going to want to do that?
I did 2 interviews asking this question.
It's not about interviews. It's about in general. You ask probably some people. I'm asking you to them in general. Are you saying that you get a woman, she falls in love with you, Auston is the best, is the best guy I ever had, and you want to take her to the United States, you think she's going to say, no, I want to stay here?
Well,
Undiminished.
if she's submissive, yeah, she's gonna follow my lead. But I'm saying out of their preference, from out of their mouth, they do not want to come back here. That's not their number one preference. I'm not saying that they wouldn't do it, but they're not dying to get over here. Like they're not like the Mexicans that are swimming across the damn river and going in tunnels and hiding under cars to get over the border and shit. No. Now the people that are disagreeing, 150,000. That's good money for a man, but that's not good money for a woman. And Kevin Samuels already showed y'all that. I don't know why y'all are acting brand new.
Kevin Samuels' number were exaggerated. It's to have a luxury life.
No, the women that called in the Kevin Samuels show showed you what women want. You need more than 150 grand coming in a year.
Yeah, it's luxury. It's not survival. It's luxury.
No, 150 grand in Dallas is. I mean, you're doing good. I'm not saying you're broke. You're doing good, but for what the women want, you can't provide that for 150 grand.
You can afford like 2 international trips with that money per year?
I make less than 150 grand. I make more than 100 grand, but less than 150. Yeah. And I've been on my I'm about to go on my 4th international trip. But again, you cannot compete with what the women really want.
It's
the women want $300 dates. They want 5 fucking vacations, 5 international vacations.
You are exaggerating. You are exaggerating.
The data is online. What are you talking about?
So you think women want 5 international trips per year?
I'm not even exaggerating that.
Auston. Do you think women are not happy with the 80 or 100 if they like you?
No, if they like I did an interview with an American woman, and she literally said,
Auston, if they like you,
they needed a man that made 200 grand.
Auston, if they like you, they are going to McDonald's with you, and they are going to fuck you on the back of Nissan.
Yeah, when I was 18 years old, yeah.
No, I'm telling you, if they like you, no matter the age, they're going to enjoy a McDonald's with you, and they're going to fuck you on the back of a Nissan. If they don't like you, they're going to raise their standards. That's the reality.
Here we go right here. Exactly. 150 grand is not decent in Miami.
I don't know what these guys are doing with their money.
No, I'm a fucking American. I'm telling you that 150 grand is not, you're not just walking in, you're not walking in any room and you just grabbing bitches because you got 150 grand. I didn't say 1.5 million. I said 150 grand.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm disagreeing with the fact that you think that American women on average want 5 international trips per year. Do you really believe that? Do you really believe that?
Dude, yes. That's why they fuck to go on those trips.
Can you look at the camera and say that without laughing, please?
The women in the United States want 5 international trips per year. That's why they're fucking to go on those trips. They can't afford it themselves, so they need a man that can afford to take them and their friends. Yes, you are not from the United States. You do not know what you're talking about. Now, let me read some of these super chats and I get back to you since you don't understand. You've always got to adjust for female nature when dealing with a woman, no matter where they are from. Exactly.
I agree.
Fat, he's not lying. I live in uptown Dallas. Exactly. And
I'm not saying he's lying. I'm the thing about the woman, I think he's exaggerating, but he's okay.
You want a 1 bedroom apartment in uptown Dallas, dude. You're talking like damn near $1,900.
No, but I get that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the standards that women have. Those women that want 5 international trips a year, they are delusional. I think
that's all of them.
If we are going to be,
that's all of them.
Let me say, if we are going to be honest, 1 international trip, 1 trip to the surrounding islands like DR, whatever, and 1 national trip. And that's a lot. That's a lot. But even that, I think that's the average woman, and that's fucking fair. 5 international trips. Okay. That's Jay-Z.
So, but let me ask you this: would you say that women have a worse spending habit compared to men? They spend okay, exactly. So I'm a man. I wanted to take quarterly trips. I went out in February, May, August, and then I was going to go in November, but I'm about to leave here in a couple weeks.
Yes.
That's a man doing that. As a female, that's 4 trips. as a female, you think she's gonna want that? Is the average female gonna want the same thing? No, they're gonna want more, and they want to go shopping, and they want Bath and Body Works, and they want to stay somewhere with a nice dude. You don't know what you're talking about.
I get
They want to get flew out. That's why
okay.
That's why they got to ruin their entire reputation on OnlyFans in order to afford that.
I get that, but don't you think that those trips that you are doing a year, are they affordable to an average American? Yes or no?
No, that's why 150 grand. What?
So that's my point. Just you, by you giving these 3 trips, being national, one international, on one surrounding the United States, is more than the average man in the United States can get. That's a top man in the United States can give that. Sorry, to himself and to a woman. He's not the average man, because their friends are not going to 3 trips a year. They're not. They're going to 1, and they are going to probably be around the United States. So even that is above average. You are going to disagree. I think you have. I don't want to say this to sound like, I'm not going to say that you have exaggerated state of an exaggerated sense that American women are that bad. I'm not going to say that you are wrong on that, but I'm going to say that you are overinflated sense of. I don't know, man. It seems like you put. It seems like you. The way that you look at American woman is right here below the screen. Let's go say here. I believe that Brazilian women are like here, and what you do is you put American woman even down where they are, and Brazilian woman you put them out of the screen.
Yes.
And I don't and I don't get it, but I wish you luck. I wish you luck when you go there. And if you are going to have an honest assessment with what you are going to do, even though there's not the reality for the average man, I have to wish you luck. Before I go, can you put the channel on the bottle for you to see?
Yeah, let's and then let's read this real quick. Only 15% of single men in the USA make over 100 grand a year. We got to read a couple of these, and I'll put you on the thing. Hold on. Auston, he doesn't know what us men in the United States deal with. We get better cooperation in other countries. The women overseas willing to pursue men. I didn't even bring that point up too. They do pursue you here. Now you're fucking lying if you say a woman in the United States pursues you.
So Auston, let me answer to that. I'm on these panels all the time. That's why I'm not an unknown. And people when it come here, even the McFly guy says, oh, even that guy says, oh. I know Freddy from other panels. I can tell you that women pursue me. I don't know if it's the accent. I don't know if they know that I'm tall. They shoot their shot. They fucking shoot their shot. American woman. I'm not saying that are for a good reason. I'm not saying they are awesome, but they shoot their fucking shot all the fucking time because probably they know that I'm on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean.
I want to see the live stream from last night. Is what one master teacher says. I don't believe you. Flued out culture is a real thing. This guy is delusional. Women want to go on vacation once a month. That was.
So that's do you agree with this?
Conversations. The women I've talked to, when you ask them what they want when they have a husband, the first thing they bring up, or it might be the second thing, is they want to get married, and then I want to go on this many vacations. Vacation is very important to American women. Flew out, yeah.
So you
want to go on
believe
vacation once a month? I'm in ATL high rise downtown. Is $2,000 minimum. Fatty, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, but overseas dating is better. One message. Let me read a couple more of these real quick. Yeah, one master teacher needs to call in too. I am here now. I can call in. Okay, let me invite you real quick. I just dropped the link now.
I have to go to dinner. I have pizza on the I'll wait for him. But let me. Can you put the screen up real quick so I can show you?
Somebody said I was putting time out for saying 150. I don't know who put you in timeout, but It probably put you in timeout because it's not true. I mean, it's good money, but it's not what y'all are making it seem. Y'all making it seem like you living in some penthouse and doing
This,
backflips on the 55th floor into your pool for 100. No, no.
this guy is Bruno Giglio. He has like the biggest red pill channel in Brazil. I don't know if he talks English like I hope him to talk, but if you can, I can. I think I can schedule one conversation.
Okay, well, let's do it.
I talked with this guy on Bernard. You were on Bernard, yeah.
I don't know
And
who that is.
so how are you? He has a Brazilian name now for some reason. He had an American name now the other day.
Stop insulting the man.
No, it's okay, Nelson. It's okay. Go
What
ahead,
insult did I give
go
you?
ahead, Santos.
Hey, I had a question for Fatty, bro. I
Go
haven't
ahead.
seen you on that often or anything like that, so these are questions
Yes.
that I may have been already answered.
Oh,
Hey,
we lost
bro.
him. We lost him again.
Hey, he froze, bro.
Yeah, he's not coming.
Who
Now.
froze?
You froze.
You
Your
froze.
thing is froze. Hang up and call right back.
Yeah.
Okay. Come spend 30 days in Atlanta, fat. That tone will change about American women quickly.
No. Again, I'm not saying that you guys are lying about American woman. I'm saying that you are wrong about Brazilian woman.
Did Santos call in again? Oh, there he goes. All right, what's going on?
Sorry, I'm in the middle of the desert, so my internet's like terrible right now.
Go ahead.
No, I was asking because I guess it's a big deal that he's saying that American women are the same way.
It's complicated.
Your internet's breaking up real bad. Here's a perfect argument. In Miami, 150K is not enough to live that true luxury lifestyle that attractive women want. Exactly. Okay, try again.
Let's try one more time.
Curious? Damn.
Yeah, that's a Brazil. That's Brazil Wi-Fi for you.
Nah,
Oh.
he's in Texas. Well, he's in the States.
Oh,
You're trying to
he's-
restart your Wi-Fi and then call right back, bro. What's going on, MT?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
How's everybody doing, man? I'm calling in live from Ipanema, Post 8. What's good?
How are you, man?
We be doing good, man. I'm jealous you out there.
Yeah,
Oh,
man. Hopefully we
he was
can
the
link
one
up
that made
next-
the video.
Yes. I have more videos coming as well.
Is that your girlfriend?
She is a friend.
Okay. Did you have to pay for the video?
Did I have to pay for the video? I
Yeah.
did
Here
pay
we
her
go.
for the video because I have a business and she helps me promote my book. So
Oh, no,
absolutely.
that's
Yeah.
very fair. That's very fair.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know. It's very fair.
Yeah, absolutely. I paid a photographer too.
That's fair.
Brazilian
That's
photographer.
business is business.
Yeah. So what's up?
What's up? You came in. You came in. You are the one with the not me.
Well, I'll say this. I will say this, Austin, and you know it, and I know it. The women in the United States do not hold a candle to the women in Brazil, just from an aesthetic perspective. If we just go by the looks and we go by how the fitness culture is here, there's too many overweight women in the United States, bro.
They are in better shape. The Brazilian woman. I agree.
They are. So just off of that alone is enough reason to prefer them, bro.
I don't disagree.
So
What I'm saying
That's
about Brazilian women is about their mind, not about their bodies. You'll never see me say that the Brazilian women are not attractive in average.
Well, yesterday you were talking about their shoulders on MT's video.
No, I'm talking about the woman that was on the video was clearly on steroids. She had a flat upper chest and she had straps. Believe me, I know that. Don't ask me why.
Okay, so he's saying you had a tranny.
No, not a tranny. She was very attractive. She was on steroids. Go ahead.
yeah. I can't. I'm not with her 24/7. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe she's on steroids, but he claims she is. I can.
Yeah,
ask
that's
him,
okay.
and
That's
yeah.
kind of irrelevant. Auston brought that so we can fight a little bit more, but it's kind of irrelevant. I would fuck her anyway.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
I'm pretty sure most people would.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah.
She was very attractive. I'm not going to cap on that.
So but the thing is like, okay, so what would it take for the average? Because I consider myself an average American dude.
Yes.
What would it take for the average American guy to get cooperation, get to be able to entertain a woman of that caliber in the United States? What would it take? First of all, you got to find her. Okay.
Yeah,
And if
it's a tough task.
if you do find her, she's gonna have 200,000, 300,000 Instagram followers. You want to know how many Instagram followers this chick has?
How many?
Let me look it up. Hold on.
Let me read this real quick while you're looking it up. I got my passport a few months back this year, and I will be visiting Thailand or the Philippines first. Brother Auston and MT keep leading. Unless you've dealt with American women, you wouldn't understand exactly.
She has 6,300.
6,300, 6,300. Is that the correct number?
Yes, bro. If this same woman was in
And
the
you
United
think
States, I think that if she was in the United States, she could probably have 600,000.
You think that's a reserved woman, a woman with 6,000 followers? Do you think that's a reserved woman?
To an attractive American woman, and if you put that same type of woman of that caliber in the United States, yes, that is very reserved. You will not see a woman. What I'm saying is, you will not see a woman that attractive in the United States that's in the gym, that is working out, that is only going to have 6,000 followers in the United States. You will not.
So basically, you are saying that she is the same. She only has a less following because she's on a different country. Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
So that's my point. They are the same as American women. They are just on a different type of contest.
No, what I'm saying is the reason why she probably doesn't have that many followers is because there are so many attractive women in Brazil. So she's going to get lost in the sauce. You have less supply of attractive women in the United States. That's why.
I will give you that. I'll give you that. I'm not trying to disagree for disagree. And yes, Andre, I talk Portuguese. Salve, irmão. So Santos, go ahead.
Oh no, like I said, I haven't really seen a lot of you, so I'm catching up to some of the stuff. Whatever. I didn't know where you were from.
I'm from Portugal.
But from what I've been hearing was you talking about, I guess, dating in America, because Auston has, we don't want to date in America anymore. The women here, we feel a certain way about. And you're basically saying that it's the same everywhere. You're saying, in Brazil, you're going to have the same stuff that you got to deal with in America.
No, I said this, and I'm going to repeat myself again for the 70th time. And that's not your fault, Santos. I believe that you are going to have a better deal because you have more money and women will be more compliant. An average dude in the United States will be an upper level dude in Brazil. It's like me being 5'8" and have $50,000 in the United States, and then I go to Thailand or to I go to Mongolia, where I am the tallest dude around, I have the biggest dick, and I have the most money, right? I get that. It's a great deal. What I'm saying, especially because Auston puts a lot of emphasis in Brazil, is that those women are corrupt the same way as American women are. They have a feminist movement that is rampant. They are very influential by music, funk music, all those MCs that are around there, and they have a very sexualized life. They have massive body counts. They are not submissive like they used to be. What I'm saying is that you might get a better deal, but don't sell that those women there are better than the westernized woman, because they're probably not. That's my point.
But you can agree that physically they're better.
They are in better shape. I agree with you. On average, they are in better shape.
So if a man had a gun to his head and he said, you have a choice, you either take a woman from Brazil that could be a feminist,
yes,
but she's fucking in shape and she's working out and she's eating healthy XYZ, or you can take a feminist in the United States that's a fucking slob. So pick your poison. What would you pick?
I'll pick the attractive woman.
Exactly. So
yes,
so,
she could be she could be a killer for I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So the world is not perfect. Auston has said it. I've said it. Brazil is not a utopia. You know what I'm saying? But if you want attractive women and you want something, and obviously there's a lot to choose from here.
Yes.
You know. So yeah, you can, and I will side with you here. I have gotten about 70 phone numbers in the past 3 months through some online dating sites, and I've ran into 3 hardcore feminists, Brazilian bitches. So I'll take those odds.
No, and it's okay, bro. I'm telling you, like, it's if you look at and if you are there, you probably know about it. You just need to go to a baile funk on a favela. I never went there, but I'm very familiar with that. You just have to go there to understand, like, the twerk culture that you guys complain, for example, in the United States, is nothing next to that shit. Like, the laws, if you understand something about the laws in Brazil, a lot of laws, especially when it comes to women, are going to be exactly the same law. So what I'm saying is not that you are not going to get a better deal. You are. What I don't like is, like, for example, I do a show about American laws. Oh, we have to pay alimony, we have to pay child support. The woman is going to take half because the feminists are supporting, like, the family court, and they have the laws. And then you are going to talk good about Brazil when Brazil has exactly the same laws, right?
Well, see, my thing is with the laws thing. If you say we deal with it here, we haven't dealt with it there.
Yes.
So we can only speak on what we've dealt with, and we haven't dealt with over there.
Also, the Brazilian laws. Go ahead. I was going to say real quick. The Brazilian laws. The Brazilian laws. It's not coming for your Bank of America and for your Chase account. They can't come after. They can't garnish your wages from an American bank.
But
so you. But that's what I'm saying. So as an American, you have all of your assets, most of your assets in the United States.
If you're talking about money over in Brazil, we're not, guys like me that pay child support and stuff like that, we're not worried about the money. We pay child support, it's no big deal. It's about spending time with our kids. It's about being separated. It's about the things that are skewed toward women more than men. That can happen. So even if we're in Brazil, I'm not worried about the money. I'm going to pay my child support. But if say I have a kid with a Brazilian woman and the laws are somewhat similar, I'm not worried about the money because I'm going to take care of my kid regardless. But if the female decides, okay, she wants to keep me from seeing my kid, I can only see my kid during certain times, and the law is not going to let me show up to pick my kid up even though I have a court order, that's just the same thing you did with in the States. So he's saying the laws are somewhat the same. But you worried about the money. Most of us niggas that got child support and kids, we don't worry about the money. We don't even. No.
It's not even about that. It's the fact that if we are making a comparison, right? I'm comparing the place that I am with the place that I'm not. If I go to Saudi Arabia, I know that the laws are in my favor because I'm a man. She's a woman. She probably doesn't have rights, right? So this is a bonus for me. But if I'm on the United States, I complain about the laws, and then I go to a place like Brazil that have a lot of punitive laws against men. It's not a selling point. Actually, it's probably more of the same.
But will a Brazilian woman weaponize her children the same way women in America do?
No.
If she meets the type of dude that treats her like shit, then maybe. But if you got a good dude that takes care of his kids, she may not. But that goes to the culture. That goes back.
So
That goes back
yeah.
to
So
the way to the culture in Brazil compared to the culture in the United States. And one of the things that Auston is preaching is things that I've lived, because I'm 40 years old and I've dated strictly here, except for my two wives who were both from Mexico, but they live in America. Both of them became Americanized, and they're totally different. So the thing is the culture here in America is what we're talking about. We're not saying strictly that Brazilian women are better than American women. We're saying, because I have daughters, I have 4 daughters. They're being brought up in this culture here in America that is teaching them to be a certain type of way, and it's not conducive to what's going to happen in the future. It's not what's best for them. It's not what's best for us. So what we're doing, we're saying, okay, we've been here, we've been there, we've traveled, we've seen the culture, we've seen the way some of these women are raised and the way they treat us and they act toward us. That's what we rather skew toward than what we've been getting back here. You can have 2 separate instances where you have somebody here in the United States who walks up and says, hey, how you doing? My name is, I think you're beautiful. I would like to take you out one day. Here in America, if you're not attracted to her from the jump, she's going to do her best to make you feel bad. You go over there, which we've done. We go somewhere and we walk up to a woman and we say this, and the third, same exact thing. She may not be into you, but she's not going to go out of her way to hurt your feelings. She's going to say, no, thank you. I have a boyfriend or something or the other. These are the type of things that we're talking about that's literally separating how we don't want to deal with this shit anymore.
That's okay. But does he have this type of reaction because you have an American accent and you look American and you talk to them and they look at you and they say,
hold on one second, Fatty. Let me read this and I'm gonna let you answer that. Peace leave is the #1 currency in Brazil. You're not understanding, young man. I guess he's talking about sex.
It's the conversation we had before about them not leveraging sex. They do.
Yeah, bullshit. If they are physically better, they are more domesticated and more agreeable towards American men. How are they not better? Exactly. What Fatty is saying is the local men there have the same problems with their women we have here. Our money insulates us from those problems when we are there. I wouldn't disagree with that.
That's my point.
We know that though. I travel all the time and overseas will ask you for money. They will ask you for money in due time. Go there to have fun and stop trying to wife up the locals' property. Just rent them. Bullshit.
I kind of agree with that.
I mean, any woman's going to ask you for help in some sort of due time, but we're talking about being used.
Is it an issue of Americans going over there and feeling a sense of we're better and we have more to offer, so you should be with us? Or is it? I mean, is that something that's bothering you?
No, you are paying. You remember when I used the analogy about going to Malaysia or to Mongolia, and that's I would leverage my money and my power as I will. And if you have the plane and the passport, go ahead. I agree with you. It seems like I'm repeating what I'm saying, and you keep putting me on the he's trying to cap for American woman. He doesn't want us to travel over there. No, I'm not telling you that. It's bad on the West. It's okay. Leverage your money and your position on the world and go to those places. Just make sure you know about the culture, the laws, and the woman there. Because in Brazil, they are as vicious as American women. That's what I'm saying. For example, if you came to Portugal, I'm in Portugal. I'm born and raised in Portugal, right? I would say to you, women here are kind of conservative. They don't use those flashy dresses that you see American women use when they go out. You don't see them twerk. You don't see them they like do stupid stuff. But the divorce rate is 70%. So they might not be aggressive on your face, but they are fucking vicious when it comes to fuck you up, right? Mm-hmm. And that's because of feminism. It's because they think they are better than you. They think the average woman thinks she's average, better than the average man. All that shit that you usually guys know in America. That's a non-honest assessment. Portugal right now is on #1 country for expats in America. To go to other countries and to have a good quality of life is Portugal, because the living cost of living is very low, but the amenities and the weather is very good, right? But I wouldn't sell you a dream that you shouldn't have. I would say, come here, leverage your money, get a remote job, whatever, but be careful, because these women on your face, they are very pleasant. They are not going to treat you really well. But if you marry them and you have kids with them, they will fuck you up.
Sounds like
Why?
an American woman.
Yeah, but see,
It sounds like a person.
we're saying, but Fetty, I get what you're saying. I totally understand. I totally get what you're saying. Where you are, from what you're experiencing and what you're seeing, where you live, is basically what you're saying. You're hearing from people in America.
Yes.
Okay. So what we're saying is, we're not saying we're going to go to Portugal or we're going to Brazil. He wants to go to Brazil. I'm more into Colombia, but I haven't been to Brazil. I'm going to Brazil next. But these are things that you're going to go. Like I told him, I'm taking about a week each time just to check it out, see how it is, see what it's like. My thing is that if we're going to these places and we're literally in the culture and we're seeing how things go while we're there, and we compare it to America, we're saying that, okay, we understand that people there may have certain instances where they're like, okay, I'm dealing with this, and it's somewhat similar to what you're dealing with. But when we get there, we're saying we're not getting that same thing. So you may have somebody who loves America, who's from, say, Europe, and he decides, okay, I want to go to America. He's treated so much better there in America, and just loving it. Exactly. But we're gonna tell him, hey, bro, like, look, we haven't. This is not what we're dealing with. You're in your little world where you are, where you're dealing with your stuff. When you come from Europe, you have a totally different mindset of what you're seeing compared to us. So we're saying that what we dealt with in America, we don't want to deal with anymore. We're saying that we've dealt with it. We've been married multiple times. We've dated all over the place. We're tired of it, and we've gone somewhere else, and we've seen, the women there treat us better. Yet again, there may be instances where certain areas where, again, because I've heard Brazil is getting a little bit more Americanized. I've heard that a few times where it's getting a little bit more, where the women are doing things more like American women.
Yes.
You may get there, and that may not be your experience. You know what I'm saying? So what Auston is telling people is that, okay, if you're tired of it, because he's dead tired of it. He's only 23 years old. And he's tired of it. He's telling people the same thing. Like, look, you tired of this shit? Get up, go where you want, go where you feel like it's better. You're just letting people know, like, look, it may not be just exactly how you think it is when you get there. You're saying,
can I get there? That's exactly my point. It's not that I'm not telling you guys to don't do that. Do that shit, experience the place. What I'm concerned is that Auston and all these guys that are selling international trips are sending men to a running build, sending men to a birding building, right? When they say, go ahead, it will be spectacular, it will be very fun. And they are going to get there. And they are going to have high expectations, because this is what happens when we are on a place where all people say good shit about international shit and have negative reviews about the country. And then when they get there, they see they're on a burning building. That's exactly my point.
Well, DeSantos is somebody that found me through my content. He heard me upselling going overseas, and I don't think he would disagree with the message that I sold him.
Didn't you say, let me ask you this, didn't you say, if you stay in America, you will fail, but if you go outside, I guarantee you'll have success? Didn't you say that?
And I think that so far he can attest.
No. I asked you a question. Didn't you say?
Yeah, that is what I mean. We can replay my videos.
That's a lie. You can guarantee shit.
But see, that's the thing, though. What you're trying to argue with him is, you're trying to tell Auston that don't tell people this. You're telling him don't tell people that you're going to.
Because that's a lie. Why would he say that? Because it's a lie.
You don't know it's a lie. For the simple fact is,
no. Excuse me. Listen. So you think?
You've been talking this whole time. Give me a chance.
No. But you have to acknowledge what you say. You don't think it's a lie?
Literally, if you hadn't noticed, I don't try to argue. I go with logic. So everything
that's not logic. You are literally saying that you're not lying.
Listen to me. You're just trying to argue. I'm saying you're just trying to go against Auston's word. Auston is saying that here in the United States, if you stay here, he feels like you're going to fail. If you go overseas, he feels like you're going to win. The difference is, every time somebody has done it, it's happened.
Not feels. He guaranteed it. He guaranteed it.
What you're saying is, since you've been here or you've been there, you can't sit there and say, oh, well, as soon as you go over here, everything's going to be great for you. Every time we've gone, it's been great for us. I don't know who that is. I don't know who somebody flushing the hell out of the toilet.
So,
Austin, you're trying to tell Austin, stop telling people that you're going to guarantee having a great time over here and winning. When every time, it's the whole reason why all this stuff is coming out is because guys are going overseas and they're seeing it, they're living it, they're enjoying it, and they're happy. You're telling him, don't tell people that. You're telling him to tell people to be cautious when you go. We're saying go. We're having a good time. We're literally going there and everything is great for us. What I'm saying is the locals that are dealing with all the stuff, that are dealing with the things that you're pointing out, that you're saying that it's some of the stuff is still the same, some of the things, yes, it's going to happen. Yes. And I wholeheartedly agree. It happens everywhere. The difference is in America, it's 80-20, bad shit to good shit. When you go somewhere else, it's flipped. 80-20, good shit to bad shit. This is what we're talking about. We're going off of percentages. We're not saying that the bad stuff that you're talking about doesn't happen, because it does. It happens no matter what.
I agree with that, but that's not what Austin said. You are talking about getting your opportunities of success up, right? If I train better, if I eat well, if I run, if I go to the gym, I will probably live a longer life. That's perfectly fine. I'm very okay with that. But that's not what he said. He said, if you stay, I guarantee you lose. If you go, I guarantee you wins. Is that not a fucking lie?
Let me stop you right there. And no, it's not a fucking lie.
Of course, he's a lie. You are God now.
Financial market for a woman who is a 6 and above. Men here pay for companionship and the hope to sexual access. This is why ladies are messed up. Hoflation. The next one says, if women overseas are a better deal for American men, then it doesn't follow that women overseas are better then it doesn't follow that women overseas are better than American women for dating in LTR. I don't think okay. American women here are entitled to $300 dates, first dates. That's robbery itself. Absolutely. Go get your own channel, Fatty. If you want to make another message, put it out. In the States, there is a financial market for a woman who. Oh, I just read that one. Okay. That is Austin's message to American men only, not the world. Okay, yeah. And Austin never guaranteed nothing. Why are we letting him lie? I did guarantee you that you should have a good time. This is not true. Until the Felipe, I don't know.
Yeah, your English, don't do that, because your English, you are not going to pick up that. It's not true. Even Felipe Neto is on court right now with his girlfriend, and they are boyfriend and girlfriend. It's the same. You are translated word for word.
How is this not equal? I can read that. You just had to let me read it.
No, it's because you are reading word for word, and this is not Google Translator. You are going to miss.
We don't understand what you're saying based on that language. Okay.
I mean, as long as you can
go ahead and then translate. Please go now, Austin. Go ahead.
As long as you can understand the words, you can put them together with a level of
Austin, go ahead and translate, please. Go ahead.
Damn it. Now, if it
we can wait. I want to see your face. Go ahead.
Fag.
Go ahead. Fatty is gordinho in Portuguese. You can call me gordinho if you want to. Go ahead.
Now, a verdade is that is not true.
Yes.
Until the Felipe. I don't know Felipe Neto. I know the word. I've seen the word Neto. I don't remember. And the girlfriend of his. I don't know these 3 words right here, and they are together, boyfriend and girlfriend. How is this not equal?
Yeah, you missed the ate, until, and then the 3 words.
I said until. I said
no, but it's not until. Even Felipe Neto, because the word on
Duolingo it says until or even.
Yeah, but it's not. It's even
is on Duolingo. Even is entre.
Let me translate this in Portuguese. It's not true. Even Felipe Neto and his girlfriend. Can I translate this for you, or you want to still talk in the point? Because you are discussing on my fucking first language. It's not true. Even Felipe Neto and this girlfriend, she put him on court, and they are not boyfriend and girlfriend. How is this not the same? That is the translation. You didn't know the court.
And I get what he's saying, but what I'm saying is that's one instance.
No. They can do that shit, right? They are boyfriend and girlfriend. They don't have kids. They don't live on the same place. But because they have letters being sent to the same address, the girlfriend, because she was with him for 5 years, can put him on court to get half of the money that he got when they were together. Is that the same as the United States?
In the United States, it's called common law marriage. That's literally the same thing. The difference is we're not debating the laws. We're not saying that the laws aren't similar. We're not saying that, oh, well, if you go over here, you're not going to have to deal with some of the same shit you're going to deal over there. We're saying the majority of the things that we deal with here when it comes to women and dating, we don't have to deal with as much over there. We'd rather deal with, if I have a woman, like I said, like my wife now that I'm divorcing, if I meet someone just like her, say in Colombia or Brazil, the difference that I'm going to have dating her rather than my wife is that this woman is going to cater to me a little bit more. She's going to be looking out for me a little bit more. She's going to feel this way toward me a little bit more. If we have issues, if we divorce or we will have kids, whatever, she's got every right to come after me for whatever. That's normal things. We're not saying that. What you were getting upset with Auston about was the guarantee of him telling people
he's guaranteed success.
Over here, you're going to be guaranteed this. If you stay here, you're guaranteed this. That's the big thing that's bothering you. That one thing. I'm assuming. I don't know. I'm asking.
Yeah, it's the overselling. It's the overselling of promises.
And if you feel like it's an oversell, if say he tells 10 people that, and all 10 people go because Auston told them to, and 9 people out of 10 go have a great time, meet somebody, and enjoy it, and say, "I love it here." And the one person that goes says, "I didn't have that great of a time. I got robbed. Some shit happened to me, or whatever like that." Do you feel like that's not a guarantee because the one guy had a fucked up situation?
No, of course not. It's like extreme situations happen all the time.
That's what I'm saying. The point that we're trying to make is that him saying a guarantee, he's telling people, like, look, you go over there, most of you motherfuckers gonna go over here and have a great time. Most of y'all gonna go over here and enjoy it. It's gonna be an awesome time for you. We've all lived here in the United States. We're here now, and it's a shitty ass time for all of us. And it's a big thing on, it's all over TikTok, YouTube. It's all over the place.
Of course,
the world knows how bad it is for us in the United States right now.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, because that's the toxic narrative.
He says guarantee because it's been documented. It's been documented.
No. Let me stop that, because I agree with everything you said and the guy above you said. When you are promises, guarantees, you are selling people lies. It's like me saying, hey, if you go here and you do this workout, you're going to be on the NBA. It's impossible it's impossible for me to promise that. There are various differences, depends on the woman that you are, on the place that you are, how many kids are you going to have. It depends on a lot of shit. If you still maintain your work, it's not promised. So I agree with what you're saying. If you want better chances, go there. I agree. Perfectly fine. But when you are promising people that you're going to have better results for sure than you are going to have on the United States, you are selling a lie. Can we agree with that? When you guarantee results, you are selling a lie. Can you agree with that?
No. Fatty, are you going to the PUA dating coaches channels telling them that they are liars too, because their guaranteed shit ain't working either? Sounds like
their job is to lie.
Well, at least my shit has some receipts, and it can be.
But their job is to lie to a woman to get them. Their job is to lie. Why would I say?
I'm telling you to go to a country where you don't have to lie to them.
And by the way, One Master P, nice to meet you if you're listening.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I want to let you know that I watch your channel. I used to watch your channel, and you're a cool guy.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
The Beta Male Police. I just dropped that link right here again because it sounds like you're on Fatty's side. I'd love to see anybody trying to.
But explain why don't you think there's a lie? Mm-hmm. Why don't you think that's what you're saying is a lie, Auston? Because you are the. Can I listen to what Auston said? Tell me, how can you guarantee results internationally? without being a liar? Tell me, please. Can you explain to me?
It's just like when you buy a plan B and it says 90, it works 98% of the time. Well, we know damn well it's almost 100. They're basically guaranteeing it. But if it doesn't work for you, you that small percentage, I guess it just wasn't for you. But I'm gonna give you a 99% guarantee. That way I can say, I'm gonna start doing it in my videos just for you. 99% of y'all will succeed. 1% of you might not. But if you stay in the States, 99% of you won't succeed and 1% of you will.
Oh, wait. Do you think 99% of men on the United States are failing and 1% is winning?
Even the 1% is failing.
Do you guys agree with this shit?
We live here.
No, I'm talking with them. Do you agree that only one man in 100 men have a happy marriage and they are happy with their fucking life? Do you believe that?
Yes. You know why I believe it? I lived it.
One man in 100. Do you understand that? One man in 100 men.
There are literally studies that show literally the top percentage of men are the ones sleeping with all the women. That's literally what's going on. The average man is not having sex on a regular basis. So the average man, 1 out of 3 men are little. Like I think it's 2 out of 3 men haven't had sex in the last 6-7 months plus. Yeah. We're saying the top men, like how you were talking about, the height and wherever and all this and that. The guys here in the United States, the guys that are making 100 plus a year, over foot, in shape, look a certain way, this and that, got all their shit and separate like that. They're the ones that can get all the women. Got the regular guy that's 5'9", 185 pounds, don't work out too much. He work at Walmart. He can't walk up on the average woman and get a date. It's just not happening.
So
what we're telling you, what he just said, what literally Auston just said is the percentage. That 1% are the ones getting all the women, doing all the dating. The other part of it is the guys that don't get much, that are just, they don't even have, some of them could be handsome and good game. But you get what I'm saying?
But that's why I think you are exaggerating. I know it's bad. Trust me. I know it's bad. But it's not fucking 1%. Please don't.
And that's the thing. All you have to do is look it up. That's one of the things that's been going around. It's literally percentages. That's the whole thing we're talking about.
It's an over exaggeration. Even of the most like pessimist numbers, people usually talk about 20%, right? 10% of men that get the accolades have money enough, are tall enough, are charismatic enough, like 20%, 10%. When you say 1% of American men are happy in a marriage, but 99% of American men that are outside of the United States having a life have an awesome marriage, you are fucking selling a lie.
I see, you're going off of being married and happy in the marriage.
No, on a relationship. Let's go.
You're saying dating and
99% on, like, you are literally selling that the United States is so fucking like bad that 99% of men fail, but Brazil and all the other places is so good that 99% of other relationships are working.
Let me ask you a question. What the when we say top percentage of guys, what would you assume is the top percentage of a man in the United States?
10 to 20%.
Like what would be his metrics? What would be his height, weight, in shape, money, whatever? What would be?
Let's go with the normal. Yeah, let's go with the normal 6 foot, six figures. 6 foot, 6 figures. Let's go with that for now.
Okay, so you're saying a guy at that level, that cutoff and above, are the top 1%.
They are the top 5-10%.
5-10% to you. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, so those guys, you feel like can get any woman they feel like it. They can date as much as they want to. They're probably pretty much always in a relationship, or they can date as much as they want, right? And everybody below that we'll have to fight.
We'll have to fight. I believe that those men were born on the third base, right? And I believe that all the other men are going to fight for scraps. I believe that.
Let me read this super chat real quick before you finish that point real quick. Why even be concerned about what another man is doing with his hard-earned money? Anyway, I'm calling it now. My man Jerron is pulling 10s in Brazil every day and twice on Sundays. Allegations. Austin is Austin is a lie. He said I would have 100% success rate overseas, and I'm only getting 99.9%. I'm calling a foul.
That's
You guys are arguing some semantics. Semantics. Sorry, semantics. LOL. Everybody is right. Yes, an American guy is going to get a better deal overseas, mainly because of our money, not because the women are any different. I agree with that. The women are different.
That's my point.
The women are different. No, bitches in the States do not know how to fucking cook. We're not going to keep going back to that.
No,
they don't even know how to fucking cook here.
Hey, you know what's fucking? You know what's funny? And I don't know the name. I think he's M, the guy. On Brazil, like for 10 or 20 years, do you know what Joe Suarez, do you know who he is? Like, probably you guys don't know, but on Brazil, like on the 90s and 2000s, we had like middle of the day shows on Saturday and Sunday where women were almost naked, twerking. This is called rebolando. They were twerking on national TV. That's the culture that we're talking about. We're talking about tiazinha. Do you know who tiazinha is? You probably don't. You know who Mulher Melancia is and Mulher Melão is? You know who they are? Probably don't. You know who Débora Seco is? You probably don't. That's the culture that we're talking about. But hey, if you guys think they are different,
hold on. Are they twerking at a restaurant and then getting angry at the owner and trying to get him canceled when he tells them to stop?
That happened.
Oh yeah, I remember that incident. Hold on. Hold on, one Master P. I'm glad you brought that up because I remember that incident. I remember that.
Wasn't that one time? Wasn't that happen one time in Houston?
That happened. It happened one time there. But what about in Houston when they asked the woman to stop to not come into the restaurant wearing a bonnet, and she went on the fucking storm and tried to get that restaurant canceled too?
Yeah, of course.
But all the time. They can't be checked, bro.
That's okay. So let's do this. Hey, Auston.
There's levels to it, brother.
That's perfectly fine. Auston, do you remember the story that you covered that you said, oh, there was a woman, she had sex with two guys on the same day, and she had two twins, one from each dad. Remember that story? Mm-hmm. That you said, oh, American woman, they are the worst. They are fucking, look at this hoe, because that woman was Brazilian. That was not Brazilian.
Yeah, I know that. You're not bringing up nothing new.
Yeah,
I thought
she was Brazilian,
but you see what's happening here?
In the States.
Yeah, but that's not. We're not gonna make that exception.
No, you told that story to make American woman look bad, and that shit was. They made
themselves look bad. I'm just
right. They do make themselves look bad. Hold on, Fetty. No. We are having a conversation. Let me say what I have to say. No, I don't care. I don't care. I do not care.
Stop playing defense.
Listen. Listen to me.
You're not going to win the defense.
They acting themselves. They are acting them themselves. Okay.
Calm down, Mr. Jaron.
Hold on. Don't tell me to calm down, buddy. You don't know me like that.
I apologize. I was being very impolite. Go ahead, Mr. Jaron.
Listen. That what Auston was saying is American women here are acting of themselves. They making themselves look bad. And that is the truth. We are not making them look bad. They're making themselves look bad based on their actions. Not because of us. It's because of them.
Hey, Jerron, the beta male police. It sounds like Fatty needs some backup. Can you give him some backup?
No. I don't need backup. I need you to address that shit because you are very smart. You are very fucking smart.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
What's up, bro? 1 second. Didn't you do a video talking shit about American woman? See, look at these sluts. I got a lot of those. No, you said, look at these sluts. She was pregnant by two men, and you went on a rant. But those women were Brazilian. So why do you have, when you get one case and you use it to talk shit about American woman, now that you know that case was on Brazil, why don't you have the same sympathy and the same outrage when you understand that they're on the country that you are telling that they are better?
Likely that in Brazil, more than likely that was a minor thing. In
Brazil is a minor thing.
Okay. Yeah. But beta male police, can you give him some better talking points? Jerron has a few stamps in his mental passport missing.
Yeah, it's kind of.
All right, yo, can you hear
Don't.
me?
What's up, bro?
What's going on? Shout out to the panel, man. Shout out to
Yeah.
Auston Holleman. One
Thank
of
you.
T.
What's up,
You
man?
know what I'm saying? Listen, this is all I'm saying. I travel around the whole world. You know what I'm saying? And the women ain't better. All right. They gonna ask you for money in due time. And that's why I said this. And I understand. Like, I'm from Chicago. The American women is horrible and all this shit. I get it. But when you go overseas, them hoes ain't different. They not. The
So they're
only
exactly
difference
the same.
is you have the American dollar. Treat it as is. Stop
Are
going
they
over
different?
there.
Are they different? Are they different physically?
Yes, of course. Yeah, the overseas women are better looking. I give you that.
Isn't that like a huge kind of, that's like the first level of attraction is physical?
I agree. I agree with that 100%. But
It's not just
So
about that. It's not
no,
just
I
about.
know, but
I'll let y'all
a
talk. Go
lot of
ahead.
guys,
Go ahead. I'll mute
a
up.
lot
Go
of
ahead. Go
guys,
ahead.
I'm saying a lot of guys keep saying they're the same, but physically they're not the same, bro. I have so many brothers that I grew up with in high school, man. All their baby mamas, the chicks that they date, girlfriends, are fucking slobs, bro.
Hey,
So
look. Hey,
for go ahead.
my bad for cutting you off, man. Hey, one of them T.
Go
I
ahead. Go
agree
ahead.
with
Go
you.
ahead. Go ahead.
I agree.
Go ahead.
My thing is this. Stop trying to act like overseas is a fucking utopia. It's not. And excuse my language.
He
It
just said
I
that when he
say,
first got on.
hold on. Bro, that's
I,
like
I,
that's my marquee talking point. I've always said overseas is not a utopia, but
no, I'm not
all,
talking
all
about you. One of them T.
oh,
Like, I'm not talking about you. I'm saying this. Fatty is 100% right because he said the number one currency in Brazil is peace leave, and he's right. Okay, answer me this: if the women overseas is better, why are they not marrying the men there? The American man has
so
the dollar.
They are getting married. They're not all married to Americans.
there's guys here that are getting married.
But listen to me though. They are getting married, but when you get somebody that's new that's going overseas and y'all having these talking points that pretty much saying that, oh yeah, Brazil, Colombia, Brazil, the fucking DR is, you know what I'm saying? It's perfect. It's not, man. Like every country has, their own problems, man. Like that's all I'm saying.
Who
Like
hold on,
overseas.
brother,
Nobody
hold on.
said that
Hold
wasn't
on.
true.
Let me
My
ask
thing
you.
is,
Let me ask you
what I want to ask him. What I want to ask him is these are your experiences from you traveling all over, right? You're
Yeah.
saying from you've gone around the world, you've had shitty experiences. These women are all the exact same as in America,
Okay.
right? I'm saying that's what you're. So
hold on, let me
Hey,
well
you cutting out, man. You cutting out, man. I can't really hear you that
ask him
much.
what countries have you been to?
Me, I've been
Yes,
to
sir.
Japan. I've been to Hong Kong. I've been to Thailand. I've been to
Mm-hmm.
Singapore. I've been to South Korea. I've been to DR. I've been to
So were you in the military?
of course, yeah,
Okay. So
yeah,
how
yeah,
many men
man.
in the military? Because I've been in the military almost 20 years, bro, and I'm about to
Okay.
retire this year. I've been living overseas for
Salute to
13
you,
years.
my Air Force
I
brother.
pre
Congrats.
I appreciate it.
he was
So
in the Air Force.
so how many men in the military have you seen get married to foreign women?
A lot, and I seen a couple that got divorced as well, man. Divorce
Yeah,
happens
of course.
overseas.
You are
That happens.
saying it's not happening
I
You
never
here?
saw
said
That
that.
those.
happens everywhere.
You
And hey,
saw
look,
those
look, 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 look.
lames get
Hey,
divorced.
Hey,
Those
Marcus,
lames
don't do
that
that
got
and
again.
divorced.
Marcus,
You
don't
don't
do
know
that
any
again.
brothers that got divorced. I bet you
Marcus,
and
all
don't
know.
do
and I
that
seen
again.
a lot of brothers that got hurt from overseas women too because they not
Right.
different than other American women.
Oh,
That's
really?
They
all I'm
are
saying.
different, man.
Ain't no
No,
difference.
Their
It's something
culture is
new. That's all
different.
it
The way
is.
they
It's something
eat,
We
new.
never said
they
that doesn't
treat
happen.
you.
We're
no, but
saying ended.
Austin, no. Austin did. Austin did. Austin did. 99% of those men are having success. Now debate that shit. Do you believe in what Austin said? Please go ahead. You don't need to debate the guy.
Well,
Austin
I
is
left
telling
the
you
1%
90%.
so we can have some failures in there. Y'all have to remember Fatty hasn't dated in the U.S. or anywhere. He proved that last night. So why is he talking?
Yeah,
it's like
because I
someone
didn't
talking shit about a race car driver when he's
can I
riding the
respond?
bus.
Can I respond? Can I respond?
Hold on 1 second. One more. The beta male police. If you're on vacation and looking for hookers overseas, yeah, they are going to ask for money. What the fuck?
Can I answer that? Hey, can I answer that real
Let's
quick?
let Fatty go first. Fatty, go ahead and respond first. We know you're going to fail. Go ahead.
Can you
Fatty, after you answer his question, please show some receipts this time.
Marcus, stop.
I'm gonna mute up, brother. I'm gonna mute up.
Man. You are very belligerent. I don't like your shit. I don't like you on panels. I like you more on the chat.
Hey, I'm sorry to cut anybody out, but can I answer that little super chat? The little $5 super chat.
Go ahead. I can answer
all right. Okay. Listen. My favorite spot is the Dominican Republic in Santo Domingo, and a lot of people is like, "Oh, these women are, westernized. They act just like American." When I went out there, I got cooperation, and you know why? Because I never had an issue in the States with women, so I treat them just like the same. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say. So, in your opinion, if someone put a gun to your head and said, "Hey, you have to date in this country for the rest of your life," what country would it be?
Well, you already know, man. You like
date / marry.
Oh, it'll be the DR, man. Like I'm not like look.
Then you can't say they're the same. Well, then you cannot say they're the same. You cannot.
The women not the same. If a gun in my head, like how we gonna put a gun to women? Like the violent. Like I don't understand what y'all trying to tell me. Like because like the violence is the same.
We're not talking about violence. We're talking about for the women.
Listen. I got you, one of them. The women are better overseas, but they're not perfect, man. They're gonna ask you for money.
That's not what nobody's saying.
They're gonna ask you for money.
We're not saying they're perfect.
Better male police.
They're more cooperative.
Guys. One second.
Guys, talk, man. It's my first panel. I can talk. Go ahead.
Guys, 1 second because I have to go. Auston, I'm going to try to get the Brazilian guys from the Red Pill channels, big guys that can talk the language so they can come here and talk about what's happening in Brazil. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Obrigado. Ciao.
Salute.
Patty, one thing before you go is Pablo. Oh well. I was gonna point this out that Fatty said that he submitted. Yes, the women in Brazil are better looking. They're slimmer. They're not obese. Yes, they have a fitness culture. Then he submitted. Yes, the Brazilian woman is more likely to be domesticated. She's more likely to cook or clean or do something else. He submitted to that. Then he submitted, yes, American men, you're going to get more cooperation from her because you're American and they think you have more money and this and that. So if they do all three of those, how are they not better?
Thank you. That's cold hard math. Very simple.
We don't care why. See, what he cares about is, this is the reason.
Logic says we don't care why as long as they're performing. As long as they're
better because y'all got the money though. Y'all don't listen, man.
You think we care about the why? Let me tell you something that Hugh Hefner said. A reporter was interviewing Hugh Hefner when he was in his 20s and he was a millionaire and he had, his magazine and he had all these beautiful women around. And the reporter said, "Sir, do you understand that all of these women are only here because of your money and you're famous and this and that?" He said, "Do you understand that is the reason they're here?" He said, "Sir, I don't care why they're here. I only care that they are here." See, some of you guys keep thinking that the reason why matters to us. We only care about performance. If we're getting what we're supposed to get.
So what is performance though? Like explain that. What is performance?
When I say performance, I don't mean like an act. I mean performance meaning like giving
results. The performance.
Getting results.
Okay. So what do you have for performance and results?
He's still military. Explain that to you. You think logically. All we care about is the results. We don't care why, as long as you perform.
Let me say this real quick. Let me put it to you in a business Hold on. Let me put it in a business perspective, right? Would Apple be $1 trillion company if they manufactured all their iPhones in the United States?
No, they wouldn't. That's why they're in China.
They went to China where the labor is cheaper, and they're gonna manufacture the iPhones there and sell them at a super premium to generate a profit.
That's good for business.
Exactly. Does anybody criticize Apple?
Yeah, they criticize Apple because they got the Chinese workers got to have suicide net so they won't kill themselves. But from the bottom line, money, they don't give a fuck.
Yes.
They don't care.
Exactly.
They don't care about
the same people who criticize Apple are walking around with iPhones.
Well, let me put it to you in real world relationship terms here. Okay, I don't know how many. Salute to everybody on. Well, yeah, businesses, but I'm talking about more
real world.
Yeah. The analogy was perfect. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, piggybacking on it and adding to it with the relationship aspect of it. Salute everybody on the channel. You know what I'm saying. I didn't get a chance to say that when coming in, but anyhow, I'm 42 years old. Okay. I've been married once in the U.S. and then I have 2 adult children, college-age children from their with their mother. Okay, both failed relationships, both strong strong black women, females, and all this other kind of stuff. My kid's mom, she was more modern. You know what I'm saying, in attitude. My ex-wife of 12 years. Okay, she had that modern twist as well, but she was a little older, so she understood that the cooking and the cleaning and all of that stuff went along with the marriage. For my marriage of 12 years, after about maybe 6-7 years of the marriage, all of that extra stuff, the washing the clothes, the cooking, the massages, and all that shit she was doing at the beginning stopped. Well, actually, she didn't completely stop it. She slowly stopped it. You know what I'm saying? So for an example, 1 week, she would cook 3 times a week. Then slowly, it turned into 2 times a week. Then towards the end of the marriage, it was just on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Washing my clothes. She used, at the beginning of the marriage, she would take all our clothes, separate them, wash them, do all of that stuff right there, right? Clean up the house without asking me to lift a finger. This is my ex-wife of 12 years. She was 5 years older than me. Today, she's 47, okay? She slowly stopped doing that. She would go and take out her clothes and go and wash her shit. And my stuff would just be sitting there for me to handle, which it didn't matter because I know how to wash my clothes. I was washing my clothes in college. I know how to do all of that stuff. Everything that the woman that we look for them to do as far as gender roles is concerned, I didn't have to. I know how to do that because I was.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Run it.
So, okay, so you mentioned that when you was married that she stopped doing what she's doing. Do you think the overseas women gonna do the same, or are they gonna keep continuing the progress?
Hey, Crypto, hold
women keep doing it.
Let me read these super chats real quick.
You gonna keep doing it?
Hold that.
Hell yeah. I'm in Kenya right now.
Hold on 1 second, Mark.
Sorry, Auston. Go ahead. Go and read the super chats.
Mark says, better yet, let's do statistics on how many foreign American men have scammed and fleeced, went to other countries looking for love. These dudes really hate Austin. They can't take the fact the movement is real. There was a viral video of this black dude in the Marines. I already seen this bullshit. It's all about the quality of women you deal with. Dudes need to vet and screen women properly. You do get a better deal, though, overseas. Dudes have relationships with foreign women who are Americanized because that is what they are comfortable with mostly, but not all or most. That is not the norm overseas from seeing in my experience. They make strong arguments to disagree. Then they end up agreeing. You can't make this up. I would agree. They always end up agreeing. Go ahead.
All right. So to answer your question, brother, I didn't catch your name, but to answer your question, yes, the women overseas, and I'm in Bogota, Colombia. I've been here for 2 years. I'm back and forward from Cartagena to Bogota because my main lady and the family, they live there. Okay, and I've been with her for 39 months, just over 3 years. Basically 3 months and 3 years and 3 months. That's 39 months if you guys can't do the calculation. But anyway, you know what I mean. And all of that time was 2 years of it was basically a vetting situation, properly vetting, because I didn't want to come over here, end up with a female that I still end up getting the same garbage or trash that I got from my kid's mom and also my ex-wife. You see what I'm saying? And to answer your question directly, no, I don't think that will change because My lady been doing the same damn thing for 3 years. And then not only that, both I had her and one of the females that I showed you last night, the one that had on the red lingerie, you know what I'm saying? The one who y'all said, let me see her booty and all of that shit. I made her, well, she got mad at me for some bullshit one day. You know what I'm saying? So while she was, and I'm talking about she was mad as fuck. You know what I'm saying? She still cooked dinner, and even though she shoved the fucking plate in my face, she still cooked it and she still shoved it in my fucking face. And then later on that day, she washed my clothes. So even when they upset, they still gonna do what they supposed to do. The women overseas I'm talking about. Why? Because they were raised to do that. They probably watched their moms and grandmama do that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's innately within them. That shit just don't go away. You know what I'm saying? And then
regardless if they're mad or not, they still
Okay.
what they're supposed to do.
hold on,
I'm in Kenya. I've been with this woman over a year. I'm experiencing the same thing, brother. She could be mad at me. Food is still gonna be on the second table.
Still gonna do that. And then one more point. My lady, my main lady up in Cartagena, this is, and I couldn't believe she said this shit. Because we was having a conversation. I told her, I say, well, we was raising voices, and I don't do the raising of voices and arguing and all that shit. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I told her, I say, man, you need to lower your voice. You know what I mean? Because if you get me going, you know what I mean, then we're gonna be in here.
And she listens to you, doesn't she?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because she'll lower it immediately. She'll know. And then later on in the conversation, I was like, look, babe, you know what I mean? The reason why I don't want to argue and fuss is, you know what I'm saying, because I've been traumatized a little bit, you know, when I was engaged in that type of behavior with my ex-wife. You know what I'm saying? And you know how active I am. You know, I might roll over at 2, 3 in the morning wanting to get something. You know what I'm saying? Well, if I did that in America with my ex-wife, you know what I'm saying, she fucking throwing her shoulder and throwing me up off her like, don't touch me. Well, this is what she came back at me with. She said, baby, why if I'm mad at you, it don't matter. Your pussy and my dick is not mad at each other. We can still do that. That's what she told me. I was like, repeat that again. She basically said that, yeah, just because I might be upset with you or mad at you, that don't mean we can't have relations.
Isn't that amazing how they know how to compartmentalize that? You can have a balls out argument, but when you go in the bedroom, they don't take the anger to bed with them.
That shit is over.
That's
with,
amazing.
You know what I'm saying? We have in 3 years, we got into a couple of scuffles a couple of times, meaning verbal, because there ain't no fighting going on. You know what I'm saying? Man, in all 3 of those times, in all of the times that we've been in that, we never went to bed angry. And the only time we went to bed angry is because I was in Bogota and she was in damn Cartagena. So, you know what I'm saying? We couldn't talk it out. See, they're more prone to talk out their issues and this, that, and the third. And then not only that, the women in another country, if they have a foreign boyfriend or husband, they realize that they really do need them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all of the women want money. I don't give a damn where they from. They all want money. They all gonna ask you for money. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what women expect us to do, is provide for them. You see what I'm saying? However, the difference with them is that
I want to see if you got the same experience I do. Does her friends or her mama or close family members keep her in check to make sure that she's taking care of you?
As a matter of fact, just when I was I was just there last, and me and her got in the scuffle because she thought of the damn charger that I had was hers, and I was telling her she need to learn how to keep up with her kid. You know what I'm saying? Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Her mama came in the room. And asked us what the hell are we talking about, because we had got a little loud with it. You know
Mama's on your side,
and she told her, "Shut up. You need to listen to him," especially after the kids came in there and proved what the hell she was in there arguing wrong. Her mama immediately took my sides, and this is stuff, and they just for right. It ain't for who the person is. It's whoever is right. That's what it is. And in this case, it was on me, and she came in there and took my side, man.
Do you believe?
Hey,
that if you brought that
real quick? I mean, I'm letting y'all rock. You know what I'm saying? But,
okay, go ahead. I'm done.
I'm just saying this brother's in.
No, I'm not
I'm experiencing the same thing. We don't know each other. I'm just saying we're experiencing the same thing. We're on the other side of the worlds, and we're experiencing the same things. So,
like, listen, like, I'm not saying what he's saying is wrong. My thing is this, man. You know, he was married to an American for some years.
12.
No, okay, 12 years.
I was married to a Black American woman for 21 years. So I got out for
but like that speaks volumes. You spent 21 years married to an American woman.
21.
Okay, listen. My thing is this, man.
I got out with my sanity.
All right, go ahead. Matthew, talk.
Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Go ahead.
No, it's cool. I'm just listening. You know, like I'm not against passport bros at all, but we we have to be, you know, logical about this. Like if we, you know, trying to tell people to go overseas or whatnot, I'm with it. But stop putting these women on a pedestal, man. They gonna ask for money, they will divorce you, they will trap you into a marriage and having kids, whatnot. There is a child support system out there because
it's not a utopia. It's not a utopia. I'm just saying that it's better than the North American option. It's better.
It's just
it's better.
All around better.
I just want to rock for 2 minutes, man. I'm gonna hop off the pad. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
My
listen though.
apologies.
Go ahead, one up T. I got a question for you. You still here? One up T. You still here?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I got a question, man. Do black girls give head?
Do they give head?
Yeah.
Are you talking about black girls in the United States?
Yeah.
Or black girls like
black girls in the United States. Do they give head?
Not at a high frequency compared to women.
That's cap, man. I gotta listen, bro. Go ahead. Listen. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say, bro. Like, I have slept with a lot of black women in the United States, bro. They like a lot of women, especially in England. They go for the top first. You don't have to ask them. You don't have to corral for them. They're there to serve you. Plus, black women, for the most part, are the only women who demand you eat them out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And honestly, like that's just a turn off when the chick was like, if you ask for some head, well, are you gonna eat me? Are you gonna eat my pussy? Are you gonna do this and you gonna do that? Only black women do that shit.
Bruh, I gotta disagree, man. You know, I rock with you, bruh. Black women give the most head. Bullshit. Like, let me explain though. Black women made up the gawk. They made up the 2-hand twist. You know what I'm saying? Like black women give head because they bored. That's what I'm saying. It's like people have different
57% of them are obese. I don't care.
I can't talk, man.
Sir,
hold on.
57% of them are obese. I don't care that
y'all gotta let the brother finish his point, man. You know what I'm saying? So he won't feel like we cut him off.
Let the brother go.
It's cool. No, it's cool. I'm just, you know, like, hey, I rock with y'all. But my thing is this, man. Black women give the most head. And a lot of men on these panels give, like, they got different experiences because they don't know how to talk to women.
Can we go there? Talk to them, bro. That's the point. You shouldn't have to fucking talk to them. You don't have to talk to them in England, bro. I'm
talking about in the U.S. Like, I'm from Chicago. I'm talking about in the U.S.
The police. I'm from Chicago as well.
I got the most head for a black woman.
You want a fat land whale with a
Nah, man. Nah, we're not doing that. We're not shaming, man. That's for women. We're not shaming on this panel. That's for women, man.
I'm shaming them. I don't want a fat girl sucking my dick. I'm shaming them. I want a nice petite woman with a fat ass with real hair giving me head. I don't want some fat chick with an attitude. That shit
so who said anything about a fat chick though? Like, you know, like you
I'm assuming you talk about black women in
you assuming. Don't assume me. You don't know me. Don't assume, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, I'm older than you. I'm a boomer. I remember when black American was slim back in the 80s and 90s. Right now in 2022, I advise all my grown nephews to go overseas and get a black woman because they're all over the world.
I just had one question for one MT. I'm not, like I said, you can go
get anything you want. I'll let one MT answer that question. I shouldn't have butt in. All right,
he said it, and like, you know what I'm saying. I just wanted to have a question for him because he specifically said black women don't give head.
Okay, I got a question for you, sir. We got about 9 guys on this panel that are extensive travelers and have experiences and relationships with foreign women and American women. What are the odds that all 9 of us are losers?
Thank you.
Okay, so what are the odds of people getting robbed and drugged out there?
No, that's not
man. Like, come on, man. Like,
well, okay, what's the odds? Okay, if anybody here has been robbed and drugged overseas, say one. Okay, I didn't hear.
I wasn't robbed.
I've been robbed in California.
I'm not talking about y'all. Like, y'all are personalizing.
My house broken into.
You just said
I've never robbed overseas.
Oh, man.
How many
Like,
people?
y'all, look,
You
look,
just
look,
said
look.
we didn't know how to talk to women, sir, and that's
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's
You're
what I
just
was saying.
wrong.
But
You just
that's the
said that.
thing, though. We got different experiences in America, and then y'all go overseas and y'all personalizing these hoes and talking about they so perfect, whatnot. I've been
We're not
overseas, man. I've been
penalizing them.
dealing with
All
women
right,
in
I'm gonna
America
make
as
this
well.
short.
There's no
I'm not putting
difference.
them on a
The only
pedestal.
difference is
We're
money.
not putting them
Go
on
ahead.
a pedestal. I'm saying the women overseas are like black women overseas are like women back in the 80s and early 90s. That's how they are overseas. With the black women in America, just American women, period, regardless of color, they fall off. They've fallen off.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
They've fallen off, man.
Yeah.
Even if they lost weight, their attitude alone turns me off. It turns me the fuck off. I don't want to deal with them. All those interviews, Auston is interviewing women on the street from clubs, and they're talking about 1 or 2, 3 weeks before they call you back. Back in the 90s, when I was in the States, I wasn't waiting no 1 to 2 weeks to talk to a woman. Are you kidding me? 1 to 2 weeks?
I understand
For
that.
what?
I understand that.
That's crazy. I would
understand
hate to be Generation Z right now. I would
Mhm.
hate to have to deal with the shit y'all put up with.
Can I ask a question? Is that cool?
Go ahead.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for having me, Austin. Appreciate you. For the guy in the upper right corner, I don't.
Shout out to Mullet. Colombian black women are fine. Facts.
What's
Go ahead.
your name in the top right corner?
The beta male police, man. Get to know me. What's up? Talk to me.
It's called what?
Beta male police.
Oh, okay. I'll just say BMP. So let me ask you a question. So what do you think of most guys that travel? Do you think, because I want to get this straight before I speak. Do you think that most guys that travel don't have this elusive game and are weirdos and have money, but somehow trick it off? So they're smart enough to make, hold on a second. So they're smart enough to make the money, but they're not smart enough to keep it once they get in front of a woman. Is that your general consensus? Yes or no?
No. That's not my general consensus. My thing is this. All right. Listen, if you get chosen in the States, you will get chosen overseas. And this is why I'm saying this. A lot of brothers was in these groups talking about, the DR westernized, they're Americanized, and such, blah, 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 yada, yada. But my thing is this. If you chosen America, you will have no issues overseas anywhere you go. That is my consensus. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Look, let me finish this real quick. All I'm saying is this. Everywhere you go, you should keep your guard up. You should make sure that you don't get robbed nowhere. There's robberies in Chicago, there's robberies in Atlanta, there's robberies in Texas, there's robberies in Colombia.
All right.
You a man everywhere you go. A woman is a woman everywhere she is. That's all I'm saying. But go ahead, I'm listening.
Okay. Get it out. I'm not trying to interrupt you. What else? What else you saying?
Yeah, that's all. Like I said, I want people to travel. I want people to.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Austin and 1MT, keep doing what you do. After serving 28 years as a retired major, I too am leaving. Traditional women are a better bet to build legacy. Bro, legit freebase in 90s. That freebase not mean shit. Freebase 90s rock shit from the 90s. You know he's trying. He said he's smoking crack. Yeah. Bullshit. Black women only give head to the dudes they're really into. Is not standard, and I totally agree with that. That's the point. You need game and swag and all that for the American black woman. I 100% agree with all that. Y'all niggas just want to fucking fight, then go find that. Most men just want to fucking have peace. Officer Beta for sure. Go ahead.
All right. So basically, the gist of what you're saying is keep your head on a swivel, protect your neck, never leave your drink open. Is that pretty much it? Yes or no?
Watch your back, watch your six.
I want him. I don't want to interrupt the dude.
Oh shit! Okay.
I'm letting him go.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, like that. That's it. Like my first solo trip was in Colombia, Medellin, and a lot of people was getting robbed. They were getting drugged. You know, they were getting their passport taken. And all I'm saying is this: you can meet women in Tinder, Bumble. You know, I prefer Tinder Platinum. But you can walk up to women too. But the thing is, you have to learn that language. You don't have to be fluent, but you have to learn the basics.
Right.
because you have to travel around, you have to communicate with the in driver or the Uber, and you got to know what you're doing out there, man. You can't just have people to go out there and be like, "Oh yeah, these women are perfect. Come out here and have a blast." No. Okay, go ahead.
That's a good point. That's a good point you made. I never thought about that.
Well, hold on a second, Marcus.
I don't meet no women on no dating apps. I knew when I meet is in
Marcus,
person.
hello, hold on. We talking it out. It's cool. So what I'm saying is, let me just ask you a question. Do you think the experience of the average guy going to Colombia is one of being robbed, taking passport, getting used by women? Is that the usual? Like, I'm talking about in a general sense. I know when people go to war, they die. Not everybody, right? So I'm asking you, in the general sense, are you saying, this is simple yes or no, no gotcha questions. Are you saying that what you just described, pretty much a doomsday scenario where people travel, they get off the plane, gunshots, passports being blown apart, being taken advantage by women? Is this something that happens to the general person that travels to these, as you might call it, third world countries? Yes or no?
Man, we not at war, man. We trying to have fun.
It's a simple question, bro. I laid it out pretty simple.
Nah, you trying to overcomplicate.
I'm actually trying to simplify it. It's simple. Yes or no?
Oh man, like no. Listen.
I'm listening.
Average,
yes or no?
Average. Okay. The average person that goes overseas will understand the laws. They will understand the culture.
Is that a yes?
Understand the language.
Or
yes.
no?
It look. It can be a yes or a no. I don't know.
No. See,
I don't know.
I don't know how to communicate.
Ask me that question.
Anybody that goes overseas should know the basics, man. That's all I'm saying.
Let you speak, but I don't know how to communicate like female.
7 seconds.
If I ask you a yes no question, it's a yes no answer. I don't need all the theory shit. So do you think most people that travel, one more time, because this is how I break it down. So I'm gonna ask you one more time. So do you think people that travel are engaging in these nightmare scenarios where as soon as they get off the plane, passports are being shot at, people are being robbed, nobody has game, they're being taken advantage of? Yes or no? Do you think this is normal?
I'm lost, bro.
It's not happening.
Listen,
it's not happening.
Marcus, don't give him an out. Don't give him an out.
No,
we play Call of Duty now. We play Modern Warfare 2 now.
It's good. Marcus. I got it. So it's a yes, no, or no question. You think this happens normally when people go overseas? Yes or no?
Like, I don't understand your question, bro. Like, can you?
Everybody on the panel understand my question except you.
Hold on. Let me give it to him in another.
No. We're not playing.
I'm just gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask him the same question in another way.
No. But hold on. We're not playing stupid games. We all grown men here. I just asked him a simple question. I asked him when people go overseas, because your whole argument is watch out. There's the goons out there. So all I'm asking you, since you have so much to say, I guess on your experience. So what you're saying is when people travel overseas, are they in a war zone? Is that what you're basically painting?
You talking about the goons overseas? Listen,
you're complicating. It's not that complicated. Focus. Stay with me. When people go overseas, like how you described, they're getting taken advantage of. They don't know the country. They don't know shit. They're basically food, right? A lick.
Yeah.
Do you think that this is the general experience of when people travel that they have? Yes or no?
This guy here, bro. Listen, the goons overseas is
yes or no?
As the goons in the States.
It's a yes or no. So is that a yes or no?
It depends on the person. That's a dumb question. It depends on the person going overseas.
Auston, this is how you expose
everybody. Not street smart. Everybody not street smarts. All right, like
that's the same thing.
Listen. You can be street smarts all you want.
Is that a yes or no?
You can be educated smart, but you're
not.
Yes
or no? I'm talking about in general. I'm not talking about you personally. In general, is it yes or no? Answer the question.
I don't know.
You don't know shit. It's Auston. This is how you weed people out, man. It's very easy.
Emotional.
Very easy.
Hey,
the answer to that question.
This is basically no. That's the answer. But basically, what he's saying is, if you lined up 10 men, and all of these men are general travelers, and let's just say only 7 of them don't know about the country that they're going to. They didn't do no homework when they got there, before they got there, right? Whether they street smart, book smart, or whatever smart they is, you know what I mean? Out of those 10 men, how many of those men getting robbed and getting jacked by the goons? And now I know that was plain as day.
He don't know nothing. Slow-mo beta male. Slow-mo beta male.
Out of 10
you don't know
men,
nothing.
Hey, crypto.
How many of those men are getting jacked?
What is this, day 2, Austin? People talking shit. I come on the panel, they ain't got nothing to say.
You ain't got nothing to say.
Can I answer that question?
Give me 1 second, y'all. Let me read these super chats. Y'all niggas got to stop going on
Killing
the
them.
overseas poverty tour overseas. Go horseback riding, hang gliding, and sailing or something. Men don't need game. We provide and protect. What the fuck are Western females doing to earn that from us? Stop simping. We don't want that bullshit waiting game, dog. Yeah, I would agree. And here goes Fatty again. Not even local security in Brazil is guaranteed. Same with Colombia if you go to the wrong place. And it's not guaranteed in Dallas either. Y'all got to stop going overseas and going straight to the hood to have fun. Based off fitness and attitude alone, travel abroad.
Stop going overseas and go straight to the hood. No, we are not doing that. We are not doing that.
The only person who, the only people
can I
who would
answer
do that
that
is somebody
question
who
Marty
actually
asked?
lives in the country.
Hey y'all, let's let Ace get exposed first. I think he's on beta male side.
Hey, somebody just said we don't wait for that date game. Snapchat. I mean that little super that super chat. Can we go back to that?
Can I speak?
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so shout out to you, Austin. You out here in Dallas. I'm out here in Dallas too. So big shout out to you and your program. I'll answer that question Marty asked. The answer is no. That's not the average situation. But what I think dude was trying to say is if you go out there with hearts in your eyes about the women, thinking that they're so much different and they're so much cultured, and not really have any type of your head on a swivel, yeah, you can get set up and robbed. Pretty much what Fatty was trying to say was this: if you take the same woman from Brazil, Colombia, wherever, you bring her back here, she gets an apartment, a car, a job, she's going to be no different. And the options that the American woman has, she's going to be no different than the American woman. That's all dude was saying. Everybody on the panel is right about what they're saying as far as experiences, whatnot. But trust and believe, if you bring them same women back here, give them the same options, same opportunities to work and have their own spot, they'll turn right into the American woman. That's all dude was saying.
Right.
As an American, why would you even bring one of these females back over here?
You should. Nobody. Listen. Can I
understand that though, man? You gotta listen, bro.
Listen. I'm not disagreeing with anybody on the panel. All I'm simply saying is this: women are women everywhere that you go. Point blank. Period. Yes, when we go overseas. Dude, just let me finish. When we go overseas, your money insulates you. You're like 50 Cent going overseas, bro. Your money insulates you from a lot. Their men there have the same exact problems that we have with our women here. The difference is when we go there, they know our dollar goes way further. And there's nothing wrong with leveraging that. I'm not against that. But make no mistake about it, that's what it is. Because if those same women were in this environment, if they were different, they wouldn't change when they got back here.
You're partially correct.
That's
partially
correct.
Partially. That is
It's partially. When I talk to women,
he's half
I get paid in pesos.
These brothers don't have to put up with the disrespect. They don't have to put up with the stronger.
Well, you shouldn't put up with disrespect if you were here.
No, they don't have to put up with it. In every country I've been to, it doesn't matter how broke these brothers are. These women respect them.
Yes, but again, listen, hold on. The men here in America, right? Yeah, you're right. The men over there, they don't put up with disrespect. You're 100% correct.
They don't have that in common with us.
I'm with you, but that's us. That's not them. Men here will deal with disrespect from a pretty chick here. Dudes will pay
for a second. I've never dealt with it.
Ace.
Yeah,
go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Yeah, because I'm trying to interject with Ace.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, Marty.
I hear what you and the other guys saying in the top right corner, but here's the thing.
Right.
Like what happened last night. What needs to stop, in my opinion, it's just an opinion, this idea that the normal guy is a fucking idiot when he travels.
Well, I didn't say
no, I'm not saying you said this.
Thank you for saying that.
Here's where I'm going with this. Because it's usually coming from people who don't fucking even have a passport.
Right.
Number one. Number two, if you have one, you don't fucking use it. So you can't even say, oh, I got a passport. You don't fucking use it.
Right.
Because when time to open up stamps, it should be looking real bare. And I'm not saying you.
Right.
Another thing is like people have to understand it. It costs money and competence, more importantly. It's not just about money because niggas, I don't know, niggas have allergicity to fucking money talk. Anytime you start talking dollars and cents, niggas get the fucking heebie-jeebies or some shit. Like, oh my God, he's talking about the money like they fucking, that's the big J word or something. You know what I'm saying? So niggas need to stop it. To be overseas, you have to go through a lot of shit just to even get your passport. So you have to have some level of competency. So this idea of swaths of black men going overseas and being taken advantage of by what some of y'all would call dirty foots who didn't even graduate 5th year of high school, whatever, wherever you want. Right. Somehow these masters of industry, these soldiers of fortune, they go to fucking DR and fucking forget the entire training. It's bullshit. I know it's a cute talking point. When we get up on these panels, you say one thing, not you, and then you get to hide behind people coming into rush. That's cute. But I'm dealing in a different space where it's like, all right, the cute conversation's over. Let's talk about getting money. Like, we're already past the point. See, the low level is thinking what the bitches think like and nigga detractors. You know, this little bit of Bettyism. I'm not saying you or the guy in the upper right, so don't take offense. But it's a lot of dudes, like the dude that was on here last night, like crying from the bleachers. Don't go there. They're going to hurt you. And I'm like, so fucking what? What are you going to do if I go? And if I'm lame, let's just say it. I agree with you and the other guy. Let's just say I'm lame. I have no game. I don't know what to do with my money. Then why the fuck would you care if I go overseas or not? How is that?
Now, what does that
hold on a second, Marcus. Marcus, hold on. Marcus, hold on, please. Please, Marcus, just wait a second.
I like to break
it down. Man.
I like to get in
Jesus
quick.
Christ, Marcus,
they don't care what happens to us.
Yo,
we got a Rick Fox curl.
No.
You making me lose my train of thought. Hold on 1 second, Marcus. I got you. But all I'm saying is like what happens is too many people get caught up into the bullshit like, oh, y'all niggas ain't got game. Y'all niggas listen, when I'm overseas, I'm looking at who owns shit. I don't know what y'all be doing when y'all traveling. I'm trying to talk to the owner of the restaurant I'm at. Yo, what's up, man? How much it costs to open one of these? All this shit about, see, the thing is, guys who don't get women focus on the women even when they get money. But guys
Marty, hold on for a second though.
Guys who get money and women understand they come with the shit like accessories.
We're not nobody.
I don't know where he went, but you don't need no game for this shit. This shit is simple. You get your coins up, you keep your look right. You go to the gym if you can. You know, you want to be physically fit.
Oh man, you don't
want to be a weirdo. You don't want to not know what the current events is. You want to have a little bit of flavor with the ladies. You can't be a square peg. Like, this is all basic shit we should learn when we're 20 years old. So the fact that you have dudes over 30 years old coming on panels talking about brush your teeth.
Hey, I can't hear.
Cover your drink when you go out. Like, it's like rudimentary shit that we shouldn't even be talking about right now. It's embarrassing for niggas to get on this panel talking about, oh, they gonna get you when you get over there. Like it's a fucking boogeyman. I don't give a fuck. And if you're gonna, what are you gonna do? All you guys, oh, don't go over there or else what? What the fuck none of y'all gonna do to me? None of y'all. Y'all could talk all the shit behind the screen, but when I'm overseas, I don't hear you. I don't even see you because you don't travel, remember?
I feel like thank you, Marty.
All I'm saying to you guys is cool. You want to give your opinions? Hey, have your game. You know, talk to him, cover your drinks, brush your teeth, look both ways before you cross the street. I get the whole public announcement, be safe. But nigga, unless you traveling and unless you have any receipts, which I proved yesterday, a lot of y'all niggas that talking shit don't be doing shit. So unless you actually have receipts of you being in the company of the opposite sex, I don't want to give a shit what the fuck you gotta say.
Let me be quite honest real quick for y'all.
That's just what it is.
Horseback ride, hang glide.
Without saying any names.
Hold on 1 second, Marcus. Hold on 1 second.
Do you think they really care what happens to us while we travel overseas?
Of course not.
Hold on 1 second.
Hey, he got super chat. He got a super chat. He got super chat. Chill. Hey, chill. I see you, man. Chill. Damn.
Super chat.
Sorry. I'm gonna horseback ride to a hang glide and land. I'm gonna horseback ride to a hang glide in a land in a favela full of cat. Based off fitness and attitude alone, travel abroad. I just read that one. If you've never stayed in 5-star hotels, you don't know about 5-star hotels exactly. Here goes Fatty again. McFly loser buying videos on Gatapop and show them as receipts. Y'all can't defeat the green pill, and you Brazil haters do y'all thing. Rio and Sao Paulo, we coming. Here he goes again. McFly, show more videos you bought on Gatapop site.
Man, listen, man.
Hey, Martin McFly, that's the guy. That last super chat that he read, that's the guy I'm talking about. Do you really think he really cares about what happened to us Black Americans traveling the world? Do you really think he cares, or he just wants to be contrarian and to just cause controversy and argue just for the sake of it?
No,
Yeah,
what I honestly believe is this. I think honestly, with dudes traveling, it takes the whole I discovered manhood shit out of a lot of people's hands, because you can't play that street shit. You can't play I'm tall and I got swag and I get bitches from around the way. Because you know, once we test your gangster and ask you to show a couple of pictures, those 3s and 4s looking kind of suspect, even from around the way. But I'll digress. You know, but what I'm saying is you taking away the hood swag from a lot of niggas who don't have shit. So when you start talking that money game, you start talking about traveling overseas. Oh, niggas that broke don't want to hear that shit. No, it's all about swag and game. You guys can stay here. But the thing is, what I don't understand, if you saying to me that why don't y'all stay and kick game to these chicks here? Why don't you gym max and all this bullshit? Why are we diluting the pool for you? Because if you getting all the women, that means you just gonna get more women if we go on, right?
That's what I'm saying.
So in a way,
what I'm saying is,
in a way, it's really a low key. It's a real low key way of dick policing. Hold on, Mark. What I'm saying is, it's a low key way of dick policing without being a female.
It's not even low key. It's obvious.
Marcus, hold on a second.
Overt.
I hear you. But what I'm saying, it's a low key way of dick policing and doing the shit that the females say. So it's like, to be a contrarian, I'm gonna tell you, if you don't put gas in the plane when you go up, it might crash. It's like niggas is telling us obvious shit that we should already know at age 7. But they want to come on the panel. They want to come on the panels and preach to you like you don't know what the fuck you talking about. But again, when you ask them simple questions or you ask them to show a simple receipt, they fucking dissolve like salt water.
Hey, listen.
I'm not talking about you. Don't.
No.
You proved that yesterday.
No, nobody hating. Look. Nobody's hating. I want everybody to travel. I want everybody to have fun and have a good life.
Who made you the arbiter of travel anyway? Who gives a fuck whether you want people to travel? That's my point. See, y'all niggas running. Y'all niggas running around here thinking we need permission from y'all niggas. Some no-name niggas with no screen, no receipts. Y'all think we need to ask y'all permission to travel. I'm here to say, who gives a fuck what you want or what the next man want? I'm gonna do what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Exactly. And look.
That's where I'm coming from. Exactly. I don't wait for no one to give me permission to make a move. You see what I'm saying? What I'm saying is this whole passport brother era, it's just another marketing tool. It's just a phase. It'll go away soon. I was traveling since 1983. I've been doing this since I was in the military. I was in the Air Force. I've been out the military. This is 2022. I'm still doing it. This shit is laughable to me. It's laughable to me. They don't care about us. All they want to, these are miserable people. Either number one, they don't have the funds to travel, or if they have even if they have a passport, like you said, there's no stamps in it. They don't have the time, or they don't have the effort, or both, to actually go out there and do it. They lack the testicular fortitude to make a move, to be an expat, to live overseas. I'm not talking about traveling someplace 10 to 14 days, a 2-week vacation. That's holiday. And that's a tourist. That's a tourist. I'm not a tourist, and I'm not alone. There's plenty of men like me who aren't tourists, who are expats, who are functioning well. Like one master teacher, he's an Air Force person. He's about to retire soon. I can empathize with him 100%. When I was in the Air Force back in the 80s and 90s, I witnessed the same thing. All these women loving Black American men. There was no internet back then. There was no social media, like Facebook. Instagram, it was non-existent. But somehow we were able to communicate with these women, to form relationships, and we thrived.
Look, hey,
new.
look,
the only thing that's different is the technology, but it's the same shit, different generation.
Hey,
Beta Male, hold on one second. Let me read this super chat.
All right, go ahead.
Exactly. If you can deal with these women in the United States, you can deal with any woman anywhere. It only gets easier. Get your passport. I would totally agree.
Dawn making sense.
We have the laws in the United States has unleashed deterrent on intersexual dynamics, destroyed the family union, and left many scratching their heads. Lost cause. First thing is that we need a distinction between the two types of dating outside the United States: men who date casually and men who date with intention. When you make that distinction, the detractors' argument falls apart. They rather we get deleted by Pookie and then leave America. That's it.
Yeah, I was just gonna add real quick. I ain't gonna take up too much time, but I hear a lot of people talk about these countries like, oh, it's a third world countries, girls have no money. But here's what I'll say to that. If you're going to any country that's not America, or even America, we'll use America because most of y'all motherfuckers live here. If you go to any city in America, right, there's a ghetto hood in every part of America, no matter how nice the city, right? So if you're going to foreign countries and all you see is poverty and fucked up shit, that means it's a you problem because you don't know enough. You don't know enough people. You don't know the right people. That's your fault. So the fact that you deal with a certain type of woman when you go overseas, you deal with a certain type of a treatment when you go overseas, that's the same treatment that you'll get in America because there's a hood in every America. So if every time you move and you move from one project to the next project, that's not the city's fault. That's not somebody else's fault. That means your money is not where it needs to be to elevate to next level. That's the you.
That's that man's fault because I've been in Kenya for a long fucking time. I stay away from the hood. There's plenty of broke people here, but guess what? There is an upper class here. There is a upper class here, upper middle class, whatever you want to call it. There's people here in Kenya that are making bank, and I know them, and they are not broke. Trust me.
Yeah. And some of them scamming people in America.
They're not walking around book. These women are beautiful. They work in banks. They work at the fucking airport. They got their own businesses. Okay, these women are not stupid. They're not stupid. Okay, so
look,
I have to break that stereotype. When you go overseas, you're just gonna go to a so-called third world country where guess what? The internet here works just fine. Guess what? They got nice infrastructure too. Guess what? The women aren't our prostitutes. Okay.
Hey Marcus,
that's what I'm saying.
I want to challenge everybody on the panel and everybody in the chat. If you think Colombia is a third world country, why don't you just go to my channel and then you look around at all the different cities I've been to and you see what he just was describing, the infrastructure, the women that I'm talking to, the people that I'm interviewing on some of these places, and you tell me if these people are poor.
Hey, listen. Hey, I want to say this real quick. Really quick. Colombia may have the good infrastructure, but there is some areas that has some struggles. You know what I'm saying? Like any other place. There is places out there in Colombia that don't look like what they
tourists still go to Los Angeles. They got homeless people on the fucking beach, but tourists still go there.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? They got a whole tent city in Los Angeles, you know what I'm saying? Right in Hollywood.
Tent city in Venice Beach. You know what I'm talking about?
You know what I'm saying?
People still go there.
Colombia is still a third world country, man. There is some areas out there. There is some areas that need help, bro. Like, stop playing. Everywhere in that country don't look like
LA, so he don't even better police.
You talking to somebody?
You are wrong about that. It's not a third world country.
I've been out there in the slums, man. I don't go to tourist areas, man. I go to the hood, man, because I'm from the hood. There are areas that need help out there. Y'all capping. Stop playing with me. Stop playing, bro.
Oh, we got too much talking going on. We got too much talking going on.
I'm from the hood of New Jersey and South Central Los Angeles. Guess the fuck what? I avoid that shit.
It's love everywhere, though. That's what I'm saying. It's love everywhere.
Ain't nothing.
Hold on one second, Marcus. Hold on one second, Marcus. Wait a minute. Hold on one second.
Hold up and let somebody else say some shit. Damn.
Beta male. I mean, yeah, beta male. Why are you bringing that up? That they have some poor parts in Colombia, like that's not everywhere in the world.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
But
dude just mentioned that the infrastructure is good in Colombia, but I mentioned there's still areas in Colombia that still need help. That's all I'm saying. Everywhere in Colombia don't look like that. I'm from Chicago, O Block.
Okay, they need a lot of help there.
That's what I said. That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you.
You from Chirac?
I'm agreeing.
Oh, please.
Okay,
I'll mute up.
Because you
don't want to get shot.
Colombia a third world country. You just
Colombia is not third world. Yeah, he just said Colombia is third world. He just said that. And I'm challenging him to go to my channel and you find me some third world stuff that I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? That's what I
Who's getting killed more?
What you're not saying is that, okay, so you saying that no area in Colombia, everywhere in Colombia look fucking clean. That's what you're saying?
I'm not saying that at all.
That's what I'm saying. That's the whole argument, man. Go ahead. You got it.
What person is traveling from the United? What person in the United States is traveling to go to the hood in another country? Who doing that? Unless you're a YouTuber trying to show.
There is hoods in Colombia. There is hoods in Colombia. There's gang banging in Colombia, just like anywhere else. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Bruh, listen. Unless you in the underworld, that gang banging shit ain't coming to you. The crimes that a foreigner will experience in a country like Colombia or wherever in South America is going to be petty theft, robbery, and most likely it's going to be at best that's going to be the worst case scenario is a robbery. You know what I'm saying?
And you can get.
I'm not disagreeing with that though. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
you can get hemmed up going to Ralph's supermarket in LA, flashing your money. You can get robbed.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that.
Can I ask a question?
I'm just telling you, there is no utopia. But I'm saying, who goes to travel and goes to the hood? Who's going to go to Brazil?
I do.
Let me go to the
I do. Get away from y'all getting robbed. I do. But go ahead. Continue.
Can I ask a question?
It brings up that it's a utopia when I have anybody who's actually traveling. Like, I feel like a lot of people are bringing up talking points that no one is saying. I have not yet to hear anybody such as people like Auston or like Shaq and Effect. None of these people are saying that these utopia. None of these people are saying that every woman there is perfect and you're going to have the best experience you've ever had in your life. No, they're just saying if you want results, better results than what you're dealing with here in America, try these places out and you will get most likely a better result.
I agree with that. That's all I'm saying.
Can I ask a question?
I agree with what he's saying. I agree with that. Go ahead.
Me being 24 years old, never had a problem with getting women in America. But I can definitely say it wasn't until I went to Brazil. I've never experienced women like that, though. I never experienced that type of treatment where I didn't, have such a headache. And I feel like a lot of people, the detractors, what they don't realize is it's not just the women, but for most men, it's just about having that peace that you don't get in America. You get opportunities such as to, spend your money in certain ways that you probably won't be able to get, even if you are making $40,000, $50,000 a year. You go over there, if your money is worth more over there and you can do more, why is that an issue? Why is that? Why are people dick policing brothers that want to live?
That's what I'm saying. Why is that an issue? Why do they care?
Exactly. That's why I want to answer, because they care so much because they have no life and they don't got no better else to do.
Exactly.
Because what do they care?
It's a cliche, but misery loves company.
Y'all are emotional. It's not misery. Y'all
Can I ask a question?
One moment. We'll get right back. Casual dating is all about the experience. It is an investment short term. Men are concerned about the best experience for their money. Why pay $3,000 to eat at a restaurant with a poor service just to say you ate there? Exactly. Like I said, he go to the hood and complain about hood shit. What do you expect to see in the hood? You can't make this shit up. I swear he's right.
Who's complaining?
You guys making it hard for the audience to listen to. Yeah, we are doing a lot of over talking. One person at a time. Who was talking last?
That was me.
I just wanted to ask a question.
Okay.
Can I make one more point real quick? So another thing is, with me being young and stuff, I always get from people when I talk about American women or something like that, they always be like, "Oh, well, you're too young, so I haven't experienced enough." I don't need to experience all that fucking bullshit to know what the better deal is when I've already experienced the better deal. I'm not gonna wait till I'm years old, experience all this fucking bullshit that I can clearly see y'all are going through. I can learn from other people's experiences, and statistics don't lie. We have statistics for a reason. So why is it that why do I have to have or be 30 to 40 years old and deal with even more bullshit before I decide to go somewhere where I feel more peace?
Nobody's saying that.
That's righteous.
Nobody's
nobody's
saying that. No.
You know, fire burns. You don't have experience to know that fire burns.
What you saying though, Beta Male, is the fact that you're gonna experience. I hear clearly what you're saying. You're gonna experience bullshit no matter where you go. And I got an example for that. Of the 5 girls that I showed on the shit last night, one of them, I'm not pointing out the specific one, but one of them I dealt with for I don't know what 8 9 months. You know what I'm saying? And about month 6 is when I found out she's 29, no kids, fine as hell, sex is amazing, all of that shit you want. You know what I'm saying? She cooked and she washed my clothes, all of that shit when I asked her to do it. But then I found out a bag of secrets. Her ass shot somebody about almost 2 years ago, and she had to go to a fucking courthouse, you know what I'm saying, to go to her, I guess her hearing or whatever, and find out she gets on fucking house arrest. You know what I'm saying? So nobody's saying that you're not gonna deal with no bullshit, but if you come down here and you don't have your head on the swivel, you're not paying attention, then shit like that will slip right by you, and then you'll be in the situation to where whatever that person was dealing with can happen to you.
What I'm saying, though, you're repeating exactly what I'm saying. That's all.
That's what I'm telling you, and that's why I gave you that example, because I know what you're saying, but don't say that the women are if you put 1 to 1, woman to woman, for whatever country in South America versus all of the women in America, 1 for 1. The women in South America and other parts of the world are going to be lined up much better.
They cheat too, though. They cheat too.
Yeah,
Sir, we know that.
Well, okay, so you know that. So how are they better?
We know that.
The money makes a difference, though. But they cheat.
Money don't make a difference. And let me tell you why the money don't make a difference. Because all of the females that I dealt with, you know what I'm saying, a couple of them, if anybody asked me for anything within the first 3 months, I'm done with your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because I always lead with, look here, I'm not a bank. You know what I'm saying? Don't look. If I ask you to come spend time with me, of course, you don't have to worry about anything or none of that. And if I feel like giving you something extra on top of it, then I'll do that at my discretion. If you ask me for something, then that's going to be the easiest way to exit me out your life. That's number one. That's how I start off all the conversations with every female that I ever dealt with since I've been here, so I don't have that problem. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, it's still going to come down to your discretion and how you do it. Look here, you can't talk to me in dollars. Talk to me in pesos. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no dollar discussion. And then what women don't want a man, if they're gonna be dealing with them, to help or provide something for them? What woman that's going American, Nigerian, Ethiopian, wherever?
Do money provide? Ask me that.
Beta.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, that's all. Okay, thank you.
Money provides.
Let's read these super chats and we're gonna wrap this up. I gotta go. The passport haters, these are the people that Harriet Tubman would have definitely shot. Beta was done after 1MT asked you the question of where would you rather live? Everywhere has issues in general, but don't think it can beat America, fam. Why would you try to discourage black men from traveling when the treatment of the United States isn't spectacular? Women policing men is semi-understandable, but men policing men is super saiyan suspect. I would agree. So, yeah, I appreciate y'all coming through. Yeah, women overseas are still going to cheat. Doesn't matter how much money you got. The same shit happens in the States. So you just get a better result. I think
that's all I'm saying. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
No, you weren't. No, you weren't. You were not.
That's all I was saying.
No, you weren't. No, you weren't.
Hey, salute to the federal, man. Hey, y'all take
appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, man.
All right.